Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing the back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast. A podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing the back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential, gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters need to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing it back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential, gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari in persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari in persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari in persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari in persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari in persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari in persona, got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community.
Yo, what's good, people, man? It's your boy Persona, again with Persona, one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew, and I got to play them trophies for you guys, man. Hey, man, listen, episode 191, What's Up PlayStation podcast, a podcast for the community, by the community. Hope you guys are all doing good, happy, healthy, and safe on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning. It's actually going to be really nice outside, too, yo. It's going to be like 85 degrees today, at least out here in New York. I don't know wherever y'all at in the part of the world. Might be cold, might be snowing, might be raining. Who knows? But out here in New York, it's going to be real nice. So, you know, might have to get outside, you know, get mobile. But, you know, episode 191, What's Up PlayStation podcast, man. A lot of, you know, not a whole lot of news this week, but, you know, with me and Bari, whenever we say that, the show ends up still being 2 hours somehow, and it still ends up being entertaining. So we'll see what the show brings today, man. But shout out to everybody here. Appreciate everybody coming through, starting your Saturday mornings off right with the WUPS boys. 9 episodes left. 8. No, 9. 9 episodes left, man. 9 episodes left. Well, we are in the 9th, so really it's going to be 8 episodes after this episode. But the final 10 episodes of What's Up PlayStation podcast, man, road to 200. It's gonna be an interesting time, man. But you know, WUPS isn't just me. WUPS is a 2-man team. You see him down there wiping his eyes, got his Apple Watch on, trying to flex, got the hoodie on, got the hat, got the headphones on, looking extra light skinned today. For some reason, I don't know, like it seemed like somebody just took an eraser to his face and took off some more of the color. You feel me? My bro from another mother, Mr. Light Bright himself, the king of the Bronx, Mr. Ozma God, the Cheese Heismar God, the how-to video making God. Listen, if you need some help in some video games, my boy got you. Yes, I'm talking about my bro Bari down there. My Bari, what's good, bro? How you doing?
Yo, what is good, man? What is good, everybody, man? That's that bright ass light, that ring light.
Oh yeah,
They turn that joint up.
yeah.
You know what I mean? A little lotion and a little ring light will brighten up your screen. But
Absolutely.
yo, what is good, everybody, man? Hopefully everybody's having a good morning. Welcome to the final countdown.
It cut out.
Uh,
You got the noise
it
gate
did.
on, yeah. So it's like when you started singing high, it's like the
Yeah, I still got to mess around with that. I did watch a video earlier this week where I was like messing around because I barely mess around with like mic settings and things like that. So I'm like learning about that. I'm like, interesting. Hold on one second.
Yeah, yo, definitely trying to do all that stuff, man. Definitely good, man. Bari, listen, Bari got to be an adult for a second. But yeah, yo, listen, shout out to everybody here, man. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. Aaron, I see you. Tevin, Chaos, Eversley, Arcade, Verge, Schoolhouse Rocks, aka Daryl in the building. Shout out to you guys, man. Big Hardcore Gamer, Kelvin Smith, Viper. Shout out to my boy Viper, man. Appreciate you, Viper, always coming through, rocking out, doing the timestamps and everything. Appreciate you, Viper, always. Miles, man. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to everybody here, man. And all the lurkers, man. I know a lot of people just lurk and just listen. So, definitely appreciate everybody coming through. And anybody that may watch this later as well, definitely appreciate all you guys coming through, rocking out with us, man. Episode 191 of What's Up PlayStation Podcast. It's not a whole lot of news this week. Not a whole lot of news. But, it's definitely going to be entertaining like it always is. And, we definitely going to do what we do, man.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta fix that noise gate though, but I do have my attack on pretty low, so I guess I gotta up that.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, man, yeah, we're in the final episodes. You know what I mean? But we do appreciate all the support that we get here at What's Up PlayStation Podcast. It's gonna be an interesting week, interesting news cycle going around. As there's not that much PlayStation news like that. You know what I mean? This is the time where I guess they're waiting for June, or they're waiting for a certain time, or this is the time where people just assume, hey, I think PlayStation should be doing this. I think they should be doing that. I think there's going to be a showcase happening. I think there's a state of play coming.
I heard.
I heard.
I
You know
heard.
what I mean? That's the PlayStation news right now, and the main things like PlayStation Plus and the consistent news that they have. But yeah, we're gonna make it work this week though. You know what I mean? Hopefully y'all wait and go see Sinners.
Yes.
Pretty dope movie.
Yo,
Pretty dope
listen,
movie.
go see Sinners, man. Guys, please, guys and girls, go see Sinners. It's a fantastic movie. I'm actually thinking about going to see it again, probably tonight. Actually, honestly, I might see it again today or tomorrow, or something like that. It's that good. I want to see it a second time for sure.
I'm gonna wait till it come out digitally to see it again and dissect it. But
Mm,
it's a dope movie though.
yeah, it is.
Which I highly recommend. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Kugler doing his thing, man. He in his bag, man. He in his bag. He in his
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese bag, man. He's setting up his legacy for sure.
I definitely want to question a lot of things with the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But overall, it was a good time.
Yep, for sure.
Good messages too.
Yeah, for sure. So how you feeling this week, Bari? How's everything, man? How you feeling this week?
I mean, pretty chill week. Spending a lot of money.
Spend a lot of
Yo,
money in
man.
this economy, Lord Jesus.
Jesus, yo, it's something that always comes up, man.
Well, for real.
And then PlayStation not holding back either.
Yo, we gonna talk about that. Trust. Trust.
If I forget your pockets.
It's about our pockets.
We gotta eat.
Yeah.
I ain't eating. PlayStation like, I ain't eating. Like what? But
Yo.
nah, man. Overall, pretty good week. Gaming has been on First Berserker. I started New Game Plus First Berserker. I'm pretty far into it as well, but it won't help me unlock this trophy that I need to platinum this game. So I'm just waiting for this patch update so I can just re-download my save and just be Ozma again. But yeah, man. Other than that, Phantom Breaker came out as well. It's pretty cool playing that online. Very smooth online experience. Way better than the PlayStation 4 days from what I remember.
And you
And
actually
then,
have a platinum as well, because remember the PS4 game didn't have a platinum trophy, so that's
yeah.
also a good thing too.
And this is the time for the fighting game players out there, man. A lot of fighting games gonna be releasing. A lot of fighting games, like smaller fighting games, released. Pocket Bravery that released on PlayStation, the consoles. I have the PC version of that game. There's another PC fighting game that looked mad cool. Yeah, I was watching Diaphone. He was playing this game. I forgot the name of it though. But it's like a mech fighting game. It reminded me of like the old school Gundam Assault, Battle Assault 2 PS1 game back in the day. And I was like, oh, this game looked pretty fun. Yeah, it looked pretty broken. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got 2SKO Alpha going live right now. Then City of the Wolves that released next week. And these are games at the game. So fighting games, a lot of games coming out. So hopefully, people enjoy or find their little things.
Yeah.
And the patch updates is coming.
Yep.
But yeah, other than that, pretty good week. I'm happy that the weather is looking, my type of weather. You know what I mean? Going on these runs more consistently now and all that.
You out there touching grass, Bari? You out here working out? Who you working out for, huh? Got your little milk and magnesia over there, my boy.
I ain't working out for nobody. I like being active, man. Like
that boy trying to turn heads for the milk and magnesias, man. He say, "Yo, I'm gonna be at PAX. I gotta be ready."
Yo, nah, because I haven't. Honestly, the last couple of weeks, I haven't been working out like that. So I'm getting back into that. It's nice in the morning. Let me go get my run.
Yeah, that's a good.
And active.
And listen,
move around.
You old. You're not a spring chicken no more, Bari. You understand? You in your 40s, so you get and you about to be 41 in 3 months. So you got to stay on top of that, my brother. You understand? You fall, and you ain't just getting back up. You might have broke a hip. You understand? So you got to make sure you active, brother. So I love that, man. I love that for you, brother.
I'm always active.
Absolutely.
It's just
absolutely.
The last couple of weeks have been kind of crazy, but that's something that you never had to question with me. I'm always active, always very active, but
that's for sure.
Just getting back to being active again after the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But nah, man.
That's
at the end of the day, I don't feel like 40, so I can outrun a lot of y'all little young motherfuckers anyway. Y'all can't beat me no race.
Oh, that boy putting out that boy Bari putting out challenges, yo. Yes, sir.
Bro,
talk to him.
I'm naturally a sprinter, naturally a runner.
Talk to him. Yes, sir.
Y'all can't see me on that track and field. Y'all can't see me in no court. Y'all can't see me in nothing sports like. So at the end of the day, care about who had a 40 or not. You know what I mean?
Talk to him, brother. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's what's
you
up.
Know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Yo, first Berserker Kazan dance. I need that, man. Can you drop that patch? All right? Can y'all just drop that?
Yo, facts. Yo, that's what's up, man. Yeah, I mean, for me, this week has been, a pretty busy week. It's still like, I'm still adjusting. Cause like I said, I think I told you guys last week, I'm in the office a little bit more now, so I'm going to the gym like super early in the morning, like I do my normal routine, and then straight to the office. So my body is starting to, get used to that. But definitely, working out every day, lifting weights, doing my cardio and everything. So we staying healthy, staying active as well. And with the weather getting a lot nicer, definitely, trying to, be outside, being one with nature. You feel me? Definitely gonna be doing a lot of hikes and up in the mountains. You feel me? That's where the milk and magnesium is. So that's where we're gonna be. But up in the mountains and hiking and fishing and all that other stuff. So just I'm although I'm a winter guy, like I'm a big winter baby. Like I'm a winter baby, and I love the winter. Like I love the cold. That's my favorite time of year. But summertime, springtime, summertime, definitely looking forward to like a lot of the outdoor activities and being outside and all that stuff, man. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. Gaming wise, I got the platinum in the first Berserker Kazan. Definitely a good time. I love that game. First Berserker Kazan is definitely top 3 games of the year for me. It's in my top 3 list. Like regardless of what else comes out this year, First Berserker Kazan comfortably sits in my top 3 list of games for this year in 2025 comfortably. Like that won't change regardless what else comes out this year. So for my top 3, First Berserker Kazan is already the first game that's in that top 3 slide. It's already taken it. I love this game.
What's the other top? What's the other 2?
I don't know yet. I'm still waiting for the rest of the games that I want to play to come out.
That don't make no sense, man.
What are you talking about? How does that not make sense?
You said First Berserker Kazan is in your top 3 games that came out this year.
Will be, yes, it will be. Yeah, it's going to sit in that. So when we do, if we're having a conversation. So like, you know, Persona, what's your top 3 games of this year? My games of this year, First Berserker Kazan will comfortably and always be in that top 3 list. So it's going to be in that list. It's one of the first games that I played this year that comfortably sits in that top 3 spot.
Okay, I got you. I got you now. It makes sense.
Okay.
But it's my best game this year so far.
He tried to, yo, chat. Y'all see how Bari just tried to cook, right? You know me how long?
I
ain't one of these Twitter motherfuckers. You understand? Don't do that.
I heard it's my top 3. So I'm like, okay, all right, what's the other 2? You know what I mean? You was like, but then you were saying like, yo, it's gonna be. So I'm like, all right, so what's the top 2? You know? So he's making it seem like there's 2, but you don't know if there's going to be 2 games in the top 2 yet or top 3 yet. And I'm just like, nah, if it's your best game, it's your best game.
Oh no, yeah, trust me. Yeah, First Berserker is it's going to be in my top 3 games of this year for sure. Definitely been playing Phantom Breaker, Battlegrounds Ultimate as well, trying to get that platinum. Hopefully, you know, I might be able to get the platinum this weekend, but nobody's playing the game online, so I can't get these online trophies, which that stuff annoys me, man. Like, you know, like I hate when they make those online trophies optional and not really dedicated to the platinum or tied to the platinum. Because like, yo, I can't find no rooms, and you know, trying to get a 6-player or 8-player PvP room to get ranked PvP 5, yo, that's just not it. I was trying it the other day. It ain't happening, man. Like real talk, yo. I went in Asia lobbies, I went to EU lobbies, I went to US. It ain't happening, man. It just ain't happening. So
they ain't know that people wasn't gonna buy the game. The hardcore for that series ain't buy the game yet.
So I'm just like, all right, you know, I'm gonna try to get as many of the trophies as I can. But the online trophies is definitely gonna be the last thing that I'm gonna be able to get, honestly. So, you know, we'll see. But yeah, outside of that, man, you know, everything else is good, man. You know, life is good for the most part. And you know, just chilling, vibing, doing what we do. Y'all know. But let's get into some spotlights, Bari, because we haven't done spotlight in 2 weeks. You know, so you know, last 10 episodes, the final 10, we got to bring that back in spotlight, man. So we are in the spot. Oh, and for the games for the week, listen, man. Push Square said, listen, whoops, if y'all quitting, we quitting too. You feel me? Because like they really have not updated this list since, I want to say, for like a month. These folks ain't update the list, and I'm just like, okay, you know, you feel me? Y'all gonna do what y'all do, you know. Shout out to Sammy Barker, you feel me, and what he do. But yo, we talking about games from April 2nd, April 1st, March 31st. You know, they said, all right,
vacation, man.
Yeah, they on vacation or whatever. So you know, they said, whoops, if y'all taking a sabbatical, or if y'all stepping away, we stepping away too. I ain't mad at you. Listen, do what you do, take your sabbatical, and come back refreshed, right? But you know, we are gonna get into the spot. Well, games that did release this week: Phantom Breaker, Battlegrounds Ultimate released this week. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle released this week as well. Lunar Remastered Collection released this week, which I might actually start that. That might be something I start up this weekend as well. At least start, because I've never played the Lunar games before, so I might start that up this weekend. We'll see. But the Lunar Collection released this weekend, and something else released this weekend that I can't remember. But those are like some of the notable releases that I can
Blueprints.
Oh yeah, Blueprints as well released this week as well. So you know, a couple of cool releases, right? But yo, let's get into the spotlight, man. So you know, we are in the spotlight portion of the show, and if you're new here, the spotlight is where me and Bari give you a game or games that we think y'all should check out. It could be brand new games, it could be old games, it could be games from your childhood, it could be games that haven't been released yet. But the purpose of the spotlight is for the spotlight games that we think you, the community, should check out. Bari, starting with you. What is your spotlight game for the week, and are you gonna break the rules?
Oh, to answer the Floyd's question real quick, they do have a physical edition to Lunar remastered collection, but I think it's sold out.
It's sold out, yeah. But they said they are gonna restock though. It is gonna restock.
Yeah.
They're restocking.
Yeah.
The Xbox version not sold out though. So if you want to buy that version, why you laughing? Why you laughing?
Yeah.
See, that's why they think we a fanboy podcast, because you laughing. You see? Why you laughing?
It did be a fanboy podcast. It is what it is, but we know why the Xbox version is sold out.
That's why PlayStation won't collab with us. You see? Because you laughing.
Yeah. Yo, the Xbox versions be the only versions that even collector's edition insurance don't be selling out. You can easily buy them joints.
Yeah, that's true.
Yo, the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, the collector's editions, they be gone, bro.
Yeah, they do.
You look up what's available. Oh, the Xbox collector's edition. And nobody buying it, bro. It's all good though.
But
tell me I'm lying though. I ain't lying.
You ain't lying, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm pretty sure everybody in here. There was one time there's a game you was looking for, and you wanted a collector's edition, or you wanted like a special steelbook, and that version was gone. And you clicked on that Xbox version, and you was about to buy it. It was like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Well, all right. First game of spotlighting. You already know.
Yes, sir.
First Berserker Kazan.
Yes, sir.
Amazing game. Very, very excited for this game when it was coming out, but just seeing how everything played out story wise, the side characters, I'm just like, yeah, man, this is yo, really and truly, it's my game of the year so far. This year it's the best game I played 4 months into this year. And I played a lot of games.
100%.
You know what I mean? And I'm still looking to play more. You know what I mean? Right after I get this platinum in this joint, I'm still going to be running through that new game plus, because I want to get the ultimate gear, you know what I mean, or the better gear.
Yeah.
And I hear around new game plus 3, that's where you get like, this is where the gear is at. You know what I mean? So yeah, first Berserker Kazan. I love this game. I will be doing like 2 more videos for this game, where I'm gonna have like all my first runs of the boss battles up. And then I'm going to have a video where, matter of fact, 3 more. I'm going to have a video talking about the hardest, the easiest to the hardest bosses, in my opinion. And then a tier list video as far as the best bosses in the game. So that one, the tier list one, should be dropping this week. The bosses one, I just have to edit that up in the PlayStation, and that should be dropping next week. But yeah, man, I thoroughly love this game a lot, you know. Second game, you know the vibes persona, man. The Last of Us, the complete edition. That $99 version on the PlayStation Store. That $110 collector's edition. Y'all go and get that.
Wait, what game?
I mean? If y'all, The Last of Us complete.
Okay, yo.
Y'all go and buy that up. You know what I mean? And support Naughty Dog. Okay. Y'all want factions? Support support The Last of Us complete edition. You know what I mean? Stop playing around with it. Yo, I was playing Bleach Rebirth of Souls the other day.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm really, really liking this update that they had like a couple of weeks ago, where it kind of balanced out a lot of the cheapness in the game that was unwarranted from the developers. And yeah, it's just a much more fun game to play overall. Still some busted characters, but that's okay. You know what I mean? That's just what a fighting game is. You want to have better characters, but overall, it's no more infinite loops that is unwarranted. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've been enjoying that. Definitely gonna be playing that much more. I kind of want to go through the story now. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, a lot of the trophies to this game is just like the reliving the story of Bleach, and I'm hearing that the story is like 20 hours. So I'm just like, you know what? I kind of want Dangai Ichigo, because you're going to be playing him a lot when you play online. and I kind of want to play that character for myself. So I'm just gonna commit and just like, you know what? Maybe during the weekends I play through the story, and until I beat it.
Mhm.
So yeah, Bleach Rebirth of Souls, very very good job from the developers. 2 more games and I'm done. Days Gone remastered next week. It's here. It's coming. You can download Days Gone right now, remastered, for preloading, and it will give you a nice little update saying, "Hey, you can use this save from the PlayStation 4 version." So, I don't think I have my save for the PlayStation 4 version. At a time when Modern Warfare just melted my PlayStation 4. But I don't know if it's in the cloud. We'll see if it's in the cloud, man. But it doesn't matter. I replay the game from from the beginning anyway. It doesn't matter to me. And then one of my most anticipated games come out next week. Expedition 33. Clear Obscure Expedition 33, man. Very, very excited to play that game. RPG, turn based, that's very active. And yeah, I'm highly looking forward to that game, the story, the battle mechanics. You're gonna see a lot of content from me with that game as well. It's releasing at a weird ass time at 3 a.m. Eastern time. Come on, man. You couldn't do that at 12 a.m. so I can get at least an hour, 2 hours in. I can't do it, bro. I can't stay up no 3 a.m., man. Just to play a game. I wake up at 5. You know what I'm saying? If I stay up playing 3:30, that's crazy. But at the end of the day, Clear Obscure Expedition 33 looks amazing. And I can't wait to play it. So we're gonna be locked in on that game for sure next week. But yeah, that's my spotlight games for the week. Yo, Chuck, what's good, bro? Shout out to my man Upchuck Gaming, Plus on Block Boys. Yo, just a quick little side note too. When it comes to Plus on Block Persona, they are doing a tournament. They are doing a tournament for City Mark of the Wolves, not outside Mark of the Wolves, City of the Wolves, and I'm gonna put it in the link here. But if you guys are interested and you want to participate in City of the Wolves, that comes out actually next week as well. Here is the tournament link where you can sign up right now for the tournament. So I'll be posting the tournament link for you guys that's in the chat and throughout the show or whatnot. But yeah, definitely sign up, show some support. The start time for it, they're saying, is at May 18th. So yeah, that's a pretty good time for it. So it gives everybody enough time to get to adapt and get comfortable with the game. So yeah, City of the Wolves tournament Plus on Block. I will be posting the link very, very soon right here. So yeah, just want to update everybody on that.
Okay, sounds good. Shout out to the Plus on Block boys. Shout out to that tournament. That's dope. Definitely gonna be looking out for that, looking at the stream and whatnot, and happy to support them. Excuse me, with support them with their endeavors and whatnot. So shout out to Dre, shout out to Chuck, man. Appreciate y'all boys. And then yeah, so for me, my spotlights, I'll be quick. So my spotlight, obviously, we just got finished talking about it. Bari mentioned it, but I'm just gonna mention it briefly. The first Berserker Kazan. I personally think this is a game that any Souls fan should play. But also, like, the story for this game is actually really deep and it's really, really good. Like, it's a great story. A lot of the characters are great. The way they kind of give each character their own time to kind of be fleshed out properly as you play through the worlds and you get all of the collectibles and whatnot. It's a great thing to see. So definitely check that out as well. Plus, the first Berserker Kazan. Second game for me personally is definitely going to be Mafia Old Country. I love the Mafia series. Excuse me. I love the Mafia series. I actually want to go back and get the platinums in the Mafia games, at least before Mafia Old Country comes out. And you know what? That might be something I start this weekend. Who knows? Like, it's beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful this weekend. So I don't know, but I may start that up. But anyway, so Mafia Old Country, can't wait for that game. Very, very excited for that. Expedition 33 as well. That comes out next week. I'm really excited for Expedition 33. That's like really high on my list. And definitely gonna be playing through that next, starting that up next week as well. And then another game is actually Doom, the Dark Ages. I love Doom. You feel me? And Doom Eternal. I was going for the platinum for that last year. Them online trophies, man, like that online is terrible in Doom Eternal. So I was like, I'm not subjecting myself to this bullshit. So, but I played the hell out of Doom Eternal. I love that game. I'm actually gonna go back to Doom 2016. Try to get the platinum in that before Dark Ages comes out, or probably after. Well, I'll do another playthrough of Doom 2016 platinum. I don't know. I gotta see, but Doom Dark Ages, cannot wait for that game. Very excited for Dark Ages. And then final game for me is another game highly anticipated. Been wanting this game since 2017, and we finally getting it now. Lost Soul Aside. Can't wait for this game. Comes out next month in May. May's gonna be a big month for games, man. It's gonna be a lot of great games coming out in May. So definitely.
May gonna be heat.
Yeah, May has got a lot of great games releasing. So the Lost Soul Aside is another game I personally cannot wait to play and pick up. So yeah, those are my spotlights, guys. Definitely check those out. And definitely let us know in the chat, man, what y'all spotlights is, man, for this week. But yo, Bari, let's start off with something. Now we in the news, guys. We gonna get into the news, right? So Bari, let's start off with something a little bit interesting. I kind of want to start off with this because we was just talking about this, and hey, yo, listen, PlayStation. I mean, not PlayStation. What's the dev team for Stellar Blade? I forgot their names already. Shift Up. They waited a little too long, and I wish they would have made a little bit more of a consumer friendly version of this shit. But I ain't mad at it. You feel me? But this is something I just seen today, so I was like, we're gonna talk about it real quick. But yo, shout out to Eve and Taki. So there are finally they putting out statues, and I think Stellar Blade is a game that definitely should have had a collector's edition with a Eve statue for sure. But they did put out 2 statues that you can pre-order if you want to get the Steve. I keep saying Steve Eve Stellar Blade Hyper Real Eve 1/3 scale limited edition statue. It's up for pre-order for $3,000. Yes, you heard that right, $3,000. Or if you want the Eve and Taki drone 1/3 scale limited edition set, it's $5,000, man. I'm not gonna lie, this looks and it's sold out, by the way. The set, the Taki Eve set,
the detail is crazy on this.
It's sold out too. The $5,000 set sold out. You can buy these individually. I think you can buy the Eve and Taki statues individually as well for the $3,000. But this set here sold out. And from what I saw with the tweet, the individuals were low stock as well. So people buying this shit. Like, people are buying this, bro.
So how much do they make as far as?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's not a lot.
It's probably not a whole lot, but yo, a $5,000 set like this, bro, like that selling out that's still big. Like that's big. So this is yo, listen. If we weren't going to PAX, bro, I definitely would have. But yo, how you feel about this, man? Like, the statues and whatnot.
Oh no, I think the statues look amazing. The detail is crazy. I like Taki's a lot because the longer sword. But Eve looked amazing as well. You already know how I feel about Eve, or how I feel about this game. But yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Spend on statues that's just going to stay stagnant.
And these are collector. This is definitely like some collector items type stuff. Like, these are definitely like for enthusiasts of like statue collecting and all that stuff. This is definitely an enthusiast's game, or lane, I should say. But yeah, I think the statues. I think the design of both of them look really great. And yeah, at a different time I would have. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that briefly, real quick. With that. So shout out to Shift Up. With the
so what if you bought that, right?
Okay.
Right, different time. You know what I mean? We not in whoever's America. Different time, right? and say you bring your shorty over, and she see them statues. What you gonna say? What you gonna do?
Fuck you mean? What am I gonna say? I'm not explaining myself. Hey, yo, brother. First of all, That's problem. See, that's the problem with some dudes now. Why am I explaining myself? I'm not explaining shit. That's my hobby. That's it. There's nothing else to explain. If she got a problem with that, then she can leave. That's it. I'm not gonna change who I am for nobody.
Damn.
What you gonna say?
I'm putting them shits down.
I'm not doing that for what? It's not, like that ain't that serious.
Once
like
you
that.
leave, I'll put it right back up.
Nah, I'm not doing that. Because you hiding who you are. You hiding your hobbies and your passions. Why would you do that? I'm not doing that. Why am I hiding? Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that for nobody. Why am I gonna hide my passion if I'm a statue collector or if I like, gaming or anime or whatever the case may be? Clearly, she's still attracted. She's attracted to me and who I am, and I'm charismatic enough to get her to come back to my crib. So
either let your freak flag fly.
I'm not. Yo, listen, man. I'm not. That's the problem. That's why dudes be miserable in their relationships now, because they hide and it's depressing who they are. Fuck out of here. If she don't accept me if she don't accept me, or if she ain't rocking with me for like my hobbies or my passions or whatever, then that's not the right one. Just keep it pushing. That's simple.
Yeah, I hear that.
But that's why you got to be upfront. That's why you got to be upfront out the gate, so you ain't even gotta waste no time. If that's a chick that you wanna, if it's a chick you just trying to one night stand, listen, shorty, I'm not explaining nothing to you. Go to the bathroom. Like, yo, none of that shit is in I like, my bedroom is separate from like everything else. So like, I don't do that shit in my bedroom. My bedroom is different. Like, that's, whatever. But statues or like, collector's items and shit like that, I'll put that in a different room. But all right, let's move on.
I got bird paintings in the ocean in my bedroom.
Yeah. Like that would be more my bedroom is more, that's a different vibe, a different ambiance. Let's move on from that. But yo, anyway, so yeah, so that's the Stellar Blaze stuff. Let's move on. All right, so next bit of news. I do want to do a quick recap of
we got some chats too.
We do?
Yep. Skeptic, so is that Gas?
I don't know.
Gas Daily? Yeah, that's
Persona
Gas. Skeptic Sauce.
Persona would dump her. She was an Xbox fan. What are you talking about?
Absolutely.
Yo, y'all gotta learn how to like leave that console war shit at the door, bro. That shit is. It's weird how a lot of y'all lead y'all. It's like that's y'all whole personality is that stupid shit. She was an Xbox.
Yo,
fan,
really, truly, like, nah, like if she was an Xbox fan, I wouldn't care about that. There's many girls.
Nobody would care about that. Like, what guy is turning down a chick because of the preference in her gaming choice? What kind of dumb shit is that?
You never look at a little sideways though. Nah, he said he just playing. He just playing around.
Oh.
Yo, but shout out to Guys, man. Appreciate you coming through. You know what I mean?
So
but
yeah,
we was just joking around with the whole statue shit.
Yeah, that was just jokes. But yo, I do want to do a quick recap of Marathon real quick. So Bari, last week or over the weekend, last weekend we did do a live reaction to Marathon.
What's that?
Marathon by Bungie, right? We did do a live reaction to Marathon, to the reveal of the gameplay and whatnot. Obviously, had a lot to say. A lot of thoughts, a lot of things going on. I just want to recap real quick a lot of that Marathon stuff real quick. While this trailer plays, we can talk about it real quick. Oh no, that's that. Oh no, what's that? Here we go. Yeah, gameplay. I like the gameplay. But so the Marathon got revealed last week. So the launch date for it is going to be September 23rd, 2025, releasing on PS5, Steam, and the Xbox. The gameplay is a team-based extraction shooter, where players call runners, explore the remnants of Tau Ceti 4 to scavenge for powerful weapons and equipment while facing AI enemies, alien threats, and rival teams, all in the same world and in the same place. The runners are controlled cybernetic mercenaries with unique abilities. They can customize their runner. You can customize your runner with implants and upgrades to improve skills like agility or double jumping. The story and world, Marathon revisits the world established in the 1990s with an emphasis on experimental storytelling, experimental storytelling, letting players explore the mysteries of TLOU 4. The development process,
Hey, yo,
Bungie.
Bungie, stop lying to the people, man.
Yo, there really is no story with this.
You're not doing no story, man.
Hey, yo, there is no like story mode in
All
that.
this,
But we got
this description that's lying to people.
let me lay.
Shooter.
I want you to go off, but let me lay it out real quick. Let me just lay it out. The development process, Bungie has worked closely with players throughout development, incorporating feedback to refine game mechanics and ensure fair gameplay. I would speak on that specifically. In the future updates, Bungie plans to expand playtest and share more details leading up to launch. Players can sign up for the closed alpha test on Discord, which I'm gonna speak on that too. But Bari, lay it out. How you feeling? Just to recap real quick, just for people that probably didn't catch our live reactions or whatever. So, we won't have to spend a whole lot of time on this because there is another part of this that we can talk about. But Bari, just laying it out. Thoughts on Marathon, thoughts on this the concept of this game and what you saw and all, and just how this is being handled from your perspective. How are you feeling about Marathon, Bari?
First and foremost, I need them to change that green. Okay. it's looking a little too similar to another platform's color. Change that green right now. You know what I mean? Make that jump a sky blue, a dark blue, a royal blue, but change that green. But really and truly, my thoughts on Marathon still remains the same. Like, I feel like the aesthetics of the game, it looks pretty cool. I personally like the character design. I think the character design looked pretty cool as well. Like visually, I think the game I can rock with the visuals of the game because it sets itself apart from how other games look, especially just in this day and age of these live service games, regardless on what your genre is and regardless on what you try to do to be different, people's always going to compare, and people's always going to, you're like this game, boom, boom, boom. But the fact that you have like a visual aesthetic that looks different, completely different, you can set yourself apart a little bit there from my understanding, in this day and age.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like that as well. I think the game looks a little too slow, in my opinion. They do have I think a boost run, but that could be because of the whole 3v3v3 kind of thing, the PvP kind of thing. I think the sound of the game, especially like a game like that, I was listening to just the sound, like I don't hear no footsteps, I don't hear things like you have characters that have full cloak, but I don't hear no footsteps going on. I do like the fact that there's no radar. There's no red blimp on the compass area where anybody's shooting. You got to figure out where people are shooting, especially for this type of game. I like that aspect. I don't like how the guns look so far. I'm not really sold on how the guns look like Lego pieces. And I'm not sold on the UI. The UI looks like absolute garbage, trash. It looks like a free-to-play Minecraft type UI where you didn't build that whole backpack whatever for a controller scheme. You built that for a mouse and keyboard, click and drop, drag and drop type of ordeal. They need to overhaul that immediately. That shit looks garbage, in my personal opinion. But yeah, the game looks slow. I think they can speed that up. I think the maps, from what I've seen, the map probably could look a little bigger, in my opinion. Especially if you're going to have the amount of different teams that's going to be in there. And yeah, I do think that they should have like a PvP mode where you can carry all the stuff that you earn from this whole extraction. Everything that you extracted, you can just take that into like a versus competitive setting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where you have 4v4 or 5v5, whatever it is, have a mode like that. The more modes you have in these games, I think the longer they will last because people can just pick what they can choose. If I want to dive into this PvP VE extraction mode, I can play that to get some gear, get some loot, risk whatever I gotta risk. But I can carry that into a PvP setting where I can dominate or I can show my weapon off to people and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because whatever weapon you bring in or whatever you bring in, people just can take that shit. You know what I mean? Just in case. I do think that if you're playing by yourself, they need to adjust certain things. The things that, especially on a competitive setting, that a lot of gamers like myself or people that I play with don't like, they have added in this game. The shield guy. Everybody hate the fucking shield guy, man. It's always broken. It's always a weird balance around that. They got that in this game. The stealth person. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a very popular class where people's going stealth, or the recon person, people's going recon, and that's what the game is going to be. I feel like that's what the meta is going to surround itself at. You're probably going to have like 2 stealth people and 1 recon, or vice versa, and that's what the game is going to be surrounded around. Even though I think the shield guy is going to be kind of broken, but it's a team game, so you can't really like solo shit like that. But the character I like, the disruptor, to disrupt everything, I think she looks pretty cool. But I got to see more gameplay of that character. But yeah, in the presentation also, I felt like they should have shown all of the characters and what all they can do. They said it's going to be 6, but they only show 4. But you're trying to sell the game. You're not trying to sell the alpha. The alpha is for the people that already want to play the game. You know, they want to test it out for themselves. But on September 23rd, you're selling it to everybody. So why not talk about the game in its entirety? You know what I mean? But yeah, the way how to get into the alpha, trash. Got to sign up in no Discord just to get a possibility to get into the alpha.
Crazy.
Hot garbage.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about the other aspects as well. I saved that for you to
yeah,
because you got into the alpha. But yeah, my thoughts is that I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of hesitations, especially after something like Concord. When it comes to Sony and PlayStation, how they've been doing live service. If this game have any type of strong criticism, or if this game have any type of hurdles, are they going to cancel it in a month, 2 weeks? I don't know. So I'm definitely on a wait and see. Gonna watch how people react and watch how many people play this game before I even fully commit to dive into it.
How do you feel? Let me ask you this question. How do you feel about, because one of the sentiments that we saw a lot, especially with, I hate to bring up Concord, but I think Concord's a great example because Concord failed. It got shut down in 2 weeks. The studio got shut down. A lot of developers' lives got upended, all that stuff, right? A lot of the talking points that I saw, and you saw this as well, Bari, were people saying, well, it needs to be free to play, free to play, free to play. That's something that typically gets talked about a lot when it comes to the live service approach, how it needs to be free so that it has more accessibility to more people and all this stupid shit, right? Marathon is releasing, and they've confirmed this, it's releasing with a price tag, a premium price tag. Now, they've also confirmed it won't be $70, but it also ain't going to be free. So my question is, do you think, especially given a lot of the discourse and talking points that have been used, especially when looking at PlayStation's live service approach, do you think this game not being free to play is going to also hinder its success?
Nah, like I do feel like, yeah, I do believe that free to play, you have a lower barrier of entry to get into the game. Is more accessible. So anybody that wants to try out the game, like, hey, I'm gonna just try out this game for a weekend. You have access to that with free to play. But if a game doesn't look cool, or if a game is not appealing to someone, it's like, oh, I'll give this a try. It doesn't matter if it's free to play or not. You know what I mean? And I feel like that is what developers should focus on, is creating something that the majority would love to play or want to play, and everything will speak from itself from there. The only questions I have with a price tag is like, yeah, when I look at the things like the backpack menu, that don't spells premium to me. That spells free to play. You know what I mean? How that UI is designed and whatnot, that don't spell like that. But
well, the thing
it is punchy. So I do give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, not every game is going to be free to play. If the game is not appealing to you, what does free to play do for you if you're not willing to play it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the fact that it's launching with 3 maps, 6 characters, there is there is no story, right? And the reason why I'm bringing those things up is because these are variables, or these are things that people would use to use in their argument of why this should be free to play because of the lack of a story or the lack of a content or whatever the case may be. Yeah, they could be all the weapons in the world, but it's only got 6 cybernetic players that you can choose from and 3 maps. You know, a lot of people, Call of Duty releases with 12 maps. You feel me? Like for $60 or $70 and multiple modes and all that stuff. You feel me? So using that argument that people love to use, I'm expecting people to kind of approach this in that same way. But only time will tell with that, especially after people actually play, whoever got into the alpha or if they do an open beta, whoever gets into it. But from my perspective with Marathon,
the six specialists or whatever characters doesn't bother me. The three maps does though.
Okay. For me personally with Marathon, extraction shooters, and I said this on Saturday last week, extraction shooters that's not really my lane per se. Like I've had fun with certain extraction shooters, like we played Division quite a bit, Dark Zone, there's another extraction shooter that I played that I can't remember it, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm some expert in extraction shooters because I'm not, right? But my approach with Marathon is, can they do something different from what other extraction shooters are doing that could possibly get me more interested or more invested into this world and into their concept of how they approach an extraction shooter. Who knows? I did get into the alpha. You feel me? I'll show you guys. I did get into the alpha, so I will be playing it next week. And shout out to the community, because they definitely let me know this as well, that because I would have wanted to stream it as well. And I know originally you wouldn't be able to stream the game, but they did confirm that you can. Marathon confirmed that you can stream the game. So I did get into the alpha. So I'm gonna definitely be playing it next week. And I'm definitely streaming as well to give my thoughts. But one thing that I did tweet out last week was like, yo, we're 5 months from launch. This is releasing in September and we're doing closed alphas. And then even the way you're doing closed alphas with having to join a Discord and all that, like, yo, that's sloppy, that's tacky, that's just not streamlined to me. Like, everybody don't have Discord and everybody don't want to do that. You feel me? It would have been easier if you just would have put a link out to say, hey, look, sign up, make a Bungie.net account, right? If you don't have one already, sign up for a chance to get into the alpha, and that's it. Simple and to the point, because even the server that they did this with, it crashed. You feel me? So I'm just like, yo, y'all could have handled that a lot better. But my other thought with that is, I think we're a little past alphas, and people keep using, well, this is what they've done in the past. I don't understand why people, like, I don't understand why people are okay with things with things remaining the same. Just because this is something that somebody has done in the past, does that mean it's the right process or the best way of doing things? Especially the way times have changed, right? Times have changed where when you look at things like Steam, with Steam Early Access, a game like No Rest for the Wicked, when I played that game? Last year, springtime or whenever it released, I bought into the early access and I played it on Steam. You feel me? That game is not out officially. It's still being developed and fixed up and whatnot. Marvel Rivals is another game. Path of Exiles 2 is another game. We're in Hades 2 as well.
Last year.
Yeah, and that's early access. We're in, especially when it's games that are, you want community feedback and you want the game to thrive and have longevity. You can't do these small cycles, in my opinion. Listen, this is just me speaking on this from a gamer's perspective and just from where I sit. Y'all know better than me. Y'all got access to facts, data, and statistics. So listen, if it worked for y'all, fine. But if this shit crash and burn like a lot of these other games been doing, maybe you need to change something up, right? But the point that I make, the point
pedigree of the studio,
your camera is messed up crazy, bro. Like you cutting out too. Yeah. Oh no.
We'll see it on my end.
Yeah, I see it on my end. Oh wow, wait, is it me? Is the stream messed up for you guys?
No, yeah, I see it on the stream, but on the Discord itself, I don't see myself pixelated.
Why is my internet? That can't be my internet. My internet too good for this. Hold up. I got Fios. Stop playing with me. I got the uppity internet. This internet that you drink tea with your pinky up. Yeah. Yo, it is me. Are we good? Okay.
Oh yeah, I look like Marathon.
Oh no, why
Yo,
why the stream messing up like this? Oh no.
No, your camera is not messing up. My
No, the
camera on
stream,
the
the stream is messing up. Oh no. My internet don't never mess up, man. What's going on here?
the stream the stream not messing up on my end. The camera, whatever how you display the camera is messing up. But you and the stream is not messing up. I'm just looking like Marathon. Hey, Bungie, I ain't getting to the studio, man. I ain't getting to the alpha.
Oh, the stream is good? All right, so it's Bari. Bari, cut off your camera and turn it back on. See if that worked. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, because it's saying it's fluctuating, but I'm getting 20 megabits per second. So I don't know why it's doing that. Or it might be OBS and YouTube and all this other shit. Yeah, okay. It's a little pixelated, but it's fine. Hold up. Let me I'm sorry, chat. You know, y'all like, yo, what's going on here? Yeah, I don't get why it's doing that. Anyway, okay. All right, anyway. So yeah, it's back better now. So like I was saying, yeah, the fact that the way they did the online, the alpha and all that stuff, like I think that stuff is very sloppy. It's very inefficient. But you know, again, a game like this, we're in a very different time where, you know, you want that community involved and like early, you know, not 5 months, at least from where I sit, 5 months before the game drops. I just don't see that as adequate amount of time to make necessary changes. But then that's what a lot of developers approaches anyway when it comes to, well, if it's a free to play or if it's a live service game, the idea is to build upon it and continue to improve in increments. And it's like, nah, man, because you may not be given the latitude to do that. Ergo, Concord and many other games that end up shutting down before they can make the necessary changes. So
why you gotta mention Concord, man?
Because Concord is a great example of that. And I miss Concord.
Watch your mouth, man.
And I miss Concord. But I did get in.
I'm sick and tired of y'all bringing up Concord, man. It hurts my soul when you bring up Concord, man. It still hurts my heart when you bring up Concord, man.
It hurts my heart as well. Trust me. I miss Concord a lot. But I do think that you know, I am going to be playing it, like I said, next week. I am going to live stream it because you can live stream. That was another thing they cut it off from you being able to live stream or share your thoughts. And I'm like, bruh, we 5 months from launch. What you mean? Like, what is you talking about, bruh?
That's how Suicide Squad was.
Yeah, bruh. I'm like, what you mean?
NDA, you had this whole freaking bookmark
thing. Yeah, there was like this watermark and all. I was like, yo, bruh, what are we doing here? 5 months from launch and we can't share our thoughts? And you don't want community feedback? Like, what are we doing here? You feel me? But they changed their stance on that. I do think that my tweet helped with that. It might not have, but I would say it did because I don't give a fuck. And so, yeah, you know, I'm definitely going to be streaming it. I'm going to share my thoughts. I'm going to be brutally honest, brutally unbiased, unfiltered. And I'm going to speak from the heart. I'm going to keep it real.
You got to be careful now. You got to be careful because if you really like it, then that's a PlayStation shill. If you don't like it, then you're just like, oh, you're mad because Concord got canceled. So you gotta be very careful how you share your opinion.
That logic doesn't even make sense. What?
It's not for it to make sense. It's the facts.
That ain't no fact though. That makes no sense. Why would I what? Why would I,
bro?
Why would I be? Wait, hold on.
If you like the game, you're a PlayStation fanboy and a shill. Okay. that you accept everything and you're a pay pig and all that. If you don't like the game, you're just mad at the fact that Concord got canceled, and now you're just looking for something to hate because the game that you like got canceled.
Do people really use that type of dumbass logic?
Yes, they do.
That's dumb as hell, yo. That's dumb as hell. Listen, if I end up liking the game, then obviously it's because I've played the game and I like it. If I don't like the game, it's because I just don't like the game. But that doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's just a game that's not for me.
Listen, Persona, man.
It's that simple. That shit dumb as hell.
This is the thoughts and opinions of the real gamers.
What real gamers? Show the show the trophy, yo, show the trophy, show the achievements. What games these real gamers playing, bro? Get the fuck out of here, man. My fault, man. I almost went to New York. So let's move it along though, man. So marathon, like I said, I'll be live streaming it next week. You can ask me any type of questions you want. For those that want to see my live first impressions next Wednesday, after work. I'm definitely gonna be live streaming, giving my thoughts and whatnot. And listen, I'm somebody. I've been rocking with Bungie for a long time, and I've put thousands of hours into Destiny. So, this ain't no.
Yo, don't be calling nobody in your chat no incels and nothing like that, though, man. You know what I mean? Be nice to your chat. This stream, bro.
Don't act like an incel, then, and I won't call you one. All right, let's move on. So, man, we gotta get into the. We gotta get into the bad news, guys. We gotta get into the bad. We gotta get into the bad news. Let me get these super chats real quick. Chat Life 504. I appreciate you for the super chat, bro. He says just beat Kazan. 3-phase boss fight is crazy work. 3 phases off of 8 potions too. You only got 1 potion pool. Listen, that Ozma boss fight is. If you going for the berserk ending, you really got to be on point, man. Like real talk. That you sharing is a 3-phase boss fight, only 8 potions, my guy. And if you're using the willpower orbs, those ain't unlimited. And if you're using them soul shards, that ain't unlimited either. You got 8 potions, my guy. 3 phases. You better learn them patterns. You better get them blocks and parries on point. You better get the dodges on point, boy. And you better have them chaos elixirs and chaos potions and ice elixirs and ice potions on point in your shit. You're gonna need that. The fire, not so much, because the fire is very easy to dodge and you can read that. It's the chaos and the ice. Chaos, especially on that 2nd and 3rd phase. Especially that 2nd and 3rd phase. You're gonna need that. But all right, let's move it along. Bari, we got it's like PlayStation just is bad news. And you know what's funny? They did this after the marathon. They was like, let's show them some gameplay. Let's show them a new game. And then let's drop the news on them, guys. PlayStation is increasing prices. For the PlayStation 5 price is to rise in Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. Absolutely disgusting. But let's break it down. So the price increase for the PlayStation 5 prices is to rise in Europe, Australia, and New Zealand due to inflation and fluctuating exchange rates. The effective date for the price change is April 14th, 2025. So it already happened. And the new prices, the PlayStation 5 digital edition will now cost £499. Or is that euros? Is that euros or pounds? I always mix up the signs. Is that euros or pounds? Somebody tell me in the chat. I forgot. I always mix that up.
Pounds, the UK one. That's euros.
Oh, UK. Okay,
Yeah.
euro. Oh, you know what? The whole thing is right there. I'm stupid. All right. So then, so euros. So 499 euros. The digital edition PS5 will now be 429 pounds in the UK. In Australia, the Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive is now going to be 829 Australian dollars, and the digital edition will be 749. In New Zealand, the Blu-ray disc drive is going to be 949 New Zealand dollars, and then 859 for the digital. The PS5 Pro prices remain unchanged. The disc drive price drop, so there will be a price drop. The price of the disc drive will decrease in these regions as well. So for Europe, it'll be €799.99. euros. UK is going to be 69 pounds. Australia is going to be 124 Australian dollars, and New Zealand is going to be $139. That's not all though, Bari. That's not all. The other news is that PS Plus price is also increasing in Canada as well. If I'm not mistaken, I know I've seen that somewhere. I should have saved it. Wario. I think Wario was talking about it, but let me see. Wario. I think I seen it from Wario. Somebody else was talking about it too. I should have saved it. Guys. But Bari, give me your thoughts on these price increases that's happening, man. Talk to me.
I took off my PlayStation hat because of the
Oh
prices.
what? Oh wow.
They wilding out here, man. They wilding, yo. At the end of the day, this is the only generation where we're seeing price increases continually go up throughout as the generation progresses. We're not seeing prices go down as these parts and these chipsets get cheaper. You know what I mean? We're seeing iterations of consoles get smaller, but the price increases. And the reason why this is a big deal, because throughout the world, we're seeing all these price increases with PlayStation Plus, with the console. At the end of the day, it's coming here to the U.S. as well.
Absolutely.
Maybe during the holiday season or something, it's coming during the U.S. to the U.S. If Canada getting hit, South America, these are prominent places where PlayStation makes a lot of money, especially in the European and the UK. They make a lot of money over there, and they just continue to increase the price. You know what I mean? I understand the climate that we're living in, but it just sucks that where the console gamer or the consoles, you would think that is like it's the cheapest way to play, which is it kind of still can be, but it's getting way more expensive. I mean, gaming is no longer that's like, oh, let me get into this hobby for $200.
Oh
you know
no,
what I mean?
no, that's not happening no more. No.
Nah, you know what I mean? Now we're spending up to 600, 700 on handhelds. You know what I'm saying? Remember when the handheld was $99.99?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, was cheap. Now these handhelds is $5.99. We're spending this money when it comes to just gaming in general, and the console side of things just getting more expensive. As they add more and more and more and more to these services, we're spending more. Game development increases, we're spending more on the game. And then the console side of things, that just keeps increasing.
Yo, cut your camera off and turn it back on again. It keeps doing that. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, on your end on Discord, is my camera looking crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah, I see it on my end. That's why I don't get why that's happening. And then like there's got to be like an update somewhere. I probably got to do.
Yeah, I'm looking on my my camera settings or whatnot. I have everything turned on as far as GPU, so I'm supposed to get the best quality on it. So
yeah, I don't know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. PlayStation, I mean, what's the name? Don't want us to be great. Yeah, I mean, listen, and then the price increase for Canada, PS Plus Essential is getting an increase on $15. So it's gonna go from $94.99 to $109.99. Extra is going to be getting an increase of $35. So it's going from $154.99 to $189.99. And then premium is getting a $35 increase as well. So it's going from $189.99 to $224.99 over there in Canada. The reason for the increase, Sony explained that the price adjustment is necessary to continue providing high quality games and benefits for PS Plus subscribers. This increase follows a recent price hike of the PS5 console in several regions, attributing to challenging economic and environments. Yo, listen, the craziest thing about all this too, like, first of all, this is all just an L. It's disgusting. It's sad that it's happening. It's crazy, like, how expensive, like, our hobby is getting very, 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 very expensive. But this also is why, like, when I hear people say, when you complain that PlayStation not announcing games or not showing gameplay or not doing showcases and shit like that, and I see people saying be patient, fuck it. Yo, excuse my language. If there's any children in the room, please cover their ears real quick. Fuck out my face with that bullshit, bruh. Like, respectfully, no, because at the end of the day, you're a paying customer and you're paying all this money. So to sit there and say, be patient, wait, nah, bro. Like, yo, real talk, that patience and all that shit is out the window, because it's like, yo, you keep going up in price. We paying all this money on this console, on the PS Plus, and the prices keep going up and all this. And then most likely games are going to across the board, going to start costing $80 and all this stuff, right? All this money is expected from the consumer, but then when the consumer is demanding to see gameplay or demanding to get updates from developers and all this, they're talking about be patient and nah, bro. Like, yo, real talk. Or you want to showcase from PlayStation, or we don't need a showcase, and we not ready. Nah, real talk. No, right? And the thing is, PlayStation has put themselves in this position, or put their developers in this position, where you're charging all this money. That grace period of giving people the right amount of time, that grace period is dwindling, because now people are like, you keep going up in price on everything, but then you're not giving me the proper showcase. You're not giving me no dates. You're not showing me no gameplay. You're not being more forthcoming with information. So of course people are going to start feeling restless and feeling some type of way. And for the people that saying be patient, man, shut the fuck up, man. Like, that's how I feel. Shut the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, all this money is being spent. I'm expected to pay all this money. A gamer is on the console gamer is expected to pay all this money. And I can't question where the announcements are. I can't question when am I going to see gameplay. I can't question none of that. How that sound? That sounds crazy. And the thing is, the most people that say this are people who get shit free anyway, or get early access. Bari, what's your thoughts on all this, man? My fault. Go ahead, man. My fault. I went off. You muted. I can't hear you talking. I went a little too far. Sorry. That's for episode 200.
Nah. That's the new hustle. You know what I mean? You get the free code, spend it on the game. But nah, man. I agree 100%. They expect, or they want, a lot from the console gamer, but when you expect from the developer or the publisher or the platform holder, that's when you got to be quiet. The classic saying, shut up and dribble. You know what I mean? Shut up and game. Don't worry about what we're doing. But here's an increase to PlayStation Plus. Here's an increase to this. Here's an increase to that. You bought a PlayStation VR 2. Oh, you want first party? Oh, be quiet. You know what I mean? Just buy your peripheral and be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy how a lot of people now are conditioned to not wanting a showcase or wanting more from PlayStation. Because I put out a poll the other day and I was like, yo, you expect a showcase this year? And people was like, oh, PlayStation they don't do showcases. We don't need that. And I'm just like, yo, it's been 2 years. Like, what do you mean you don't need a showcase?
Crazy.
It's a great feeling when you see other platforms, regardless if E3 is not there anymore, and you see them have like a celebration for, hey, here's what's coming to our platform. And here's the date to celebrate that, like the typical E3 timing. Yeah, that's a great time. That's for people that's heavily invested into your platform. They can be like, okay, yeah, here's why I'm heavily invested into this platform. Here's why I primarily play on this platform. You know what I mean? And the fact that we're not getting like showcases, like bigger showcases. Not saying that State of Play isn't great. I like State of Plays. I think it's cool. But yeah, I want PlayStation to, especially the fact that you brag about making all this money left and right. You're breaking records, you're hitting milestones, but you had things prior. You had things set up before where the people that prefer your platform, that enjoy your platform, that have been playing on your platform since the beginning, can celebrate that. PlayStation experience no longer there. Showcases no longer doing it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, where is a place where the PlayStation gamers can gather up and be like, yo, let's celebrate what's going on or what PlayStation has coming up. That's these quick, state of plays, and not saying that that doesn't have its place, but you also got to have that bigger celebration, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But that's the problem. When you're done complaining, that's when you just conform. That's when you settle. And then they think that's fine. That's where we see, the classic quotes like Jim Ryan, no adverse reaction. You know what I mean?
Which is
But y'all
bullshit.
lighting up people DMs and comments. Yo, man, this is fucked up. But you don't want to say out loud. Like, say it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
yep,
pretty much it.
you the nail on it. Nah, it's no longer complainancy, Fresh. It's expectations. The expectation is there because again, prices are going up everywhere. And obviously there's things outside of gaming that's attributing to these price increases that may be outside of certain companies' controls, right? We're not going to get into all of that, right? But the point is, for the consumer, all they see is the company that they do business with increasing the price. They're not looking at the outside variables for that. So as a consumer, as somebody that's invested into the ecosystem, invested into the product, invested into the games, I'm looking at, okay, you're increasing the price. Here's where my expectations are. Here are what I expect from you given the price increase. And again, as a consumer, you have every right to expect a company that you buy money, that you invest money into, to move a certain way if they want to continue to see for you to do business with them. You feel me? So as a gamer, if you're somebody that's invested into the PlayStation ecosystem, somebody that's invested into the product, I don't think it's wrong to call out PlayStation, call out its developers, because again, for some developers, it may be outside of their control where they may want to show the game and PlayStation saying no, right? But again, even if that's the case, I don't know information that I don't know. So I can't count that as a variable if that's not something that's out in the open and understood. So all I know is that PlayStation developers are not talking. They're not showing gameplay. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. And games are being shut down, canceled, and all these other different things. That's what I know. That's what we see. That's the tangible. That is what the fact is right now. There is no showcase. State of plays are far few between. You feel me? And all these other different things. But the prices are going up.
Yeah, there's no consistency. You know what I mean? Like, one thing about Nintendo, when they're going to do something. Like, there's like a annual or a consistent timing. It's like, oh yeah, there's going to be a direct or whatever, a treehouse is coming. Xbox, the same thing. When there's something coming. For PlayStation, there's no consistency as far as when even a state of play is coming or even a showcase is coming. That's a random on Tuesday or on a Wednesday. Hey, state of play tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, there's no consistency. Like, I personally
And
would
there's
rather
no
them
established
having some type of
cadence. There's no established
Yeah.
cadence of like, every 2 months there's a state of play or whatever. It's just random shit. So, but it is what it is. Let's move it along. Bari, just staying in the realm of PlayStation. Let's talk about the PlayStation Portable real quick, or PlayStation 6, I should say. Allegedly, the rumors surrounding this, where they're saying PlayStation 6 is gonna have a portable edition. A rumor that PlayStation Portable version of PS6 will not be as powerful as the PS5. The PlayStation Portable Edition will be powered by a 15-watt SoC on a 3 nanometer processor. The PlayStation 5 game compatibility is said to run PS5 games, but compromises will likely be made in terms of performance. The release timeline is the PlayStation 6 is expected to launch around 2027 with a pre-silicon validation phase for the SoC planned later this year. In the AMD partnership, the PlayStation 6 will once again use AMD chips, and Intel was dropped due to profit disputes. So Bari, 2 questions. One, do you believe that we could realistically see PlayStation 6 release around like 2027, 2028? And second is a PlayStation 6 portable edition to accompany that. Is PlayStation doing too much? Is that needed?
All right, bruh.
Oh, I thought you said you were muted.
Last week, we had a topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the topic was, with the Nintendo Switch 2 announcement, do you want or do you see PlayStation going out in the future? And we both disagreed, saying that we don't want PlayStation going down the future off this hybrid, portable, platform. It's, stay with the home console because we want to see them push gaming forward as they've been, doing on a consistent basis throughout every generation. This rumor, like I said, it's just one of those. It's just one of those. This is the time where, like I said, you don't get consistent news like that. So people just coming out with these what if, Marvel reality warper, experimental news rumors. But yeah, I personally, I'm in a total disagreement with this bullshit. I don't want PlayStation going on this angle. You know what I mean? And when I said it on Twitter, people was like, "Yeah, I mean, what you expect if it's going to be portable is not going to be as powerful as a PlayStation 5." That's not why I'm upset. I don't want them to go no portable route. That's the reason why I don't want them to go no hybrid approach. You know what I mean? You have a device that it complements the home console, which the portal. I like that angle because the portal doesn't take away from the home console. If you just go and hybrid, if you make that hybrid, that's going to take away from the home console aspect as far as what you can limit to, because you also got to worry about the handheld side of things. So yeah, I hope this is fake. I hope this is not real. And I would love to see PlayStation.
Yo, Dre funny, bro. Dre said, not enough, add a smartwatch.
For real, right? Like, yo, let's game on our smartwatch. What's going on, man? My watch tell times, tell me when I get a text message or what type of notification. Smartwatch. That's it. That's all I need it for. I don't need to play Pong on it. I don't need to play Uno on it. I don't need
as long as it can track my workout routine and all that, I'm good.
Yeah.
Until time. That's it.
You know what I mean?
I'm good, man. Yo, real talk.
Motherfuckers, all they do with these handhelds too is that, oh, look, I'm gaming on my handheld. I'm gaming on my ROG Ally, my Steam Deck, and they ain't beat the game yet. You doing all that? You doing all that bitch taking? Talking about you gaming on this fucking portable. Oh, I can take a shit and game. Lay in the bed and game, but you ain't beat not one of these games.
All
yet.
that crazy,
you ain't gaming.
the crazy excuses. Oh, now I can, now I don't got to worry about sharing the TV. Yeah. Wait, so you could afford a ROG Ally or a Steam Deck or whatever, but you can't afford multiple TVs in the home? Let me shut the fuck up, man. I gotta shut the fuck up. Like that excuse? I definitely understand. No, I don't. No, you don't. That's bullshit. Listen, brother.
When you have multiple people in your home, and like say you have wife and kids, they can take up that TV. The fact
what I'm saying, no. What I'm saying is multiple TVs in the home. Multiple TVs in the home is what I'm saying. You can afford a ROG Ally or a Steam Deck, but you can't. You know what? You're right. Never mind. Everybody life different.
I understand.
I'll pull back off
what I'm saying is that even with the ROG Ally and the Steam Deck or whatever, you're still not completing the games as somebody's taking up the TV or somebody, or you traveling, or you on the train to work, or you on your lunch break.
Yo,
you still ain't beating these games.
Real talk. Yo, listen. I have never going out. I have never seen nobody, even Switches. I don't even see people playing Switches out in public like that out here in New York. I just don't see that at all. Like I don't see Switches. I don't see ROG Allies. I don't see Steam. I don't see people on the train sitting in Starbucks or wherever playing handhelds out here in New York, bro. I just don't see that. And New York got like 10 million people. The likelihood of you seeing that with the probability, if we played the game of probability, you would be more likely to see something like that in a state like New York or in New York City because of the amount of people that are here. I don't see that. Even with children, I don't see that.
I'm cool with a handheld. I think it does have a place in the market, but it's not optimal for gaming in my opinion because the battery life is not long. You're always going to have to keep it charged up. You know what I mean? Or have it plugged up. So you might as well just be playing on a home console. My whole thing is that this whole hybrid phase or this hybrid hype is Nintendo, they definitely have a market and they're benefiting from that. But it's not suitable for every platform. Like I wouldn't want Xbox to do that. I don't want PlayStation doing that because at the end of the day, it's going to limit what you can push when it comes to the gaming.
Hold
And
on,
a lot of this
hold on.
shit is
Yo,
that's
Eversley.
off.
Hey, yo, Eversley. What train, bruh? What train? What train? Cause I don't see it. What
Nah,
you got?
I've seen
Yo,
people-
listen,
I've
bro.
seen people
I
on
don't
the
see it
Switch.
on it. Not
Yo.
not on it. What train? I need Eversley to tell me what train he be seeing that shit on, cause I'm gonna ride that train. The four where? They in the not the 4 going to the Bronx.
The DX.
Hell no. Listen, that shit get snatched on the 4 train in the Bronx. Knock it off, Eversley. Yo, Eversley, knock it off, bro.
The four
Knock it off.
train in the Bronx that goes to the hood side. That's
Knock
the
it
hood
off.
side.
Knock it off. Knock it off. The Brooklyn. All right. I mean, 4 train do go to Fort Greene. They go to Williamsburg.
Yeah, you go through
all right. They go,
the 4 train in the city like Manhattan. That's the good.
Yeah, he right. All right, you know, I'm thinking you talk about 4 train going through Tremont. You feel me? The concourse.
The four don't go to Tremont.
Yeah, do.
They go-
The 4 go to Tremont. They go to Tremont Ave. Yes, it do.
No, that's a 2 and a 5. Go Tremont. The 4
don't go to
is on
Tremont
the east
Ave?
side of
No, I'm talking about in the Bronx. The 4 do go to Tremont Ave. In the Bronx. It don't.
The 4 go closer to where the
Damn.
Yankee Stadium side is at.
Damn, am I about to get my New York card pulled? Nah, yo, hold on. I gotta look this up. No, cause I
Like
no.
Burnside.
No,
It go in the
no.
hood. It go in the hood. But you
No,
know,
let me
Tremont is like the 5
4
train and the 2
train.
train.
Stops. Hold up. Nah, I gotta look this up. No. I gotta look this up because I could have swore the 4 train went to Tremont Avenue. Yo, it don't. Oh shit. Oh damn.
Yeah, you go Burnside.
Yo,
Avenue.
the
That's-
4 train don't go. Why I thought the 4 went to Tremont, bruh? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I go to Fordham Broom, Kingsbridge, Bedford Ave, Charlotte Woodlawn. Okay, yeah. Okay. My fault, guys.
Yeah,
we haven't. My fault, guys.
Woodlawn, you going a little nicer up area,
My-
but
my-
in between.
Yeah, my fault, guys. We having a New York moment right now. My fault, guys. This is a New York moment. Like, yo, real talk. And for the New Yorkers, y'all know this. Conversations like this in New York happen all the time. When you talk about what train go where, like, trust me, this is regular New York shit. Yeah, you going through Grand Central. You going to 14th Street. Yeah, all right. So you may see. All right. So if you going to like 59th Street, Grand Central, 14th Street. All right, Eversley, the 4 train, I'll give you that. Because, you know, those are real nice areas, real affluent out there in the city. You know, the Nintendo store is close to there. All right, you know what? Wall Street, you go to Bowling Green. All right, you know what? I give it to you. All right, you might see a few switches on the 4 train, Eversley. I'm going to let you slide on that. I'm going to let you slide. You got it. I stand corrected. Listen, a man is a man when he can admit when he's wrong. I'm a man that can admit when I'm wrong. You got it, Eversley. I'll take that L. You got it, bro. You got it, man.
I see people bringing their switches like gaming events for sure. I definitely see
but I'm not. But my point that I'm making, at least the trains I take, I'm not seeing, or even when I'm out, like when I'm in the city or I'm out just out, I don't see people walking around with handhelds like Steam Decks, ROG Allies, switches. Like I see people on their phone more than anything, even children. Or you know what I do see? I see kids on their iPad. I see kids on iPads, legit iPads. Oh, if I'm in Starbucks, I see people on their laptops and doing shit like that, or like out or wherever. I'm not seeing like handheld gaming. I'm not saying handheld gaming is not popular. Handheld gaming is very popular. Even in New York, I know it's popular. Like people are buying switches and buying all these handhelds. I'm not saying it's not popular. I'm saying what its intended use is for, with the arguments that, especially what Bari is trying to say, with people trying to, I can play this while I'm on the beach. I can play this while I'm on my way to work. I can play. I don't see that. I don't see people doing that shit. And really and truly, especially in New York, I ain't really trying to be walking around with that big ass thing out on the train or waiting on or whatever. Nah, bro, I'm keeping my head on the swivel regardless of where I'm at. Like I'm just not doing that. But that's me. And then to Bari's other point, all this talk about handheld gaming, but you still ain't completing the games. That's a problem. But to go back to the PlayStation 6 and the portable, PlayStation, you doing too much, man. Like you ain't Nintendo. You don't need to be Nintendo. And listen, I see it. I see why, because obviously you want to get back onto the handheld craze or whatever the case may be. And I would love a Vita successor. Like I'm not even going to deny it. I would love a Vita successor, but I would want games kind of created for that. And my worry is that the PlayStation 6 Portable Edition, if they do decide to do that, it's going to hinder the development to some capacity when it comes to, or stifle or make development more stagnant, because now you've got this portable device that you have to make sure these games can run on and it fits into it. So when it comes to the technical prowess of how these games are made, that might be limited to some degree, because now you have a more, I don't want to say inferior, but you have a product that's a little bit weaker. I mean, and I hate to bring this up, but we are in the final 10 episodes. So, why not, right? Or no holds bar. Look at Xbox Series S and X. That's a great example of just like, a ball and chain type of moment where it's like, the X is being stifled by the S. So I just don't want that for PlayStation. But again, only these are just rumors. Like Bari said, we're in that weird time frame of gaming where, like, stupid ass rumors are coming out. There's no gaming news, and then we got these gaming events that are around the corner. So that's when things start to heat up a little bit or whatever. We'll see what happens. But let's continue. Let's move it along, guys. So yeah, the next bit of news, Bari. This is what happens when developers actually listen to the community. They can, and when I say listen to the community, I'll say this: everyone doesn't need to be, just because everyone has an opinion doesn't mean that everybody's opinion really has value or adds value or anything to. Yeah, your opinions don't matter. Like, everybody's got it, and I'm not above that either. I'm not above that. Me and Bari are not above that criticism either, right? There may be opinions where somebody may look at that and just say it adds no value to the conversation or adds any value to the overall topic of discussion, which is perfectly fine. But this is what happens when constructive criticism, respectful criticism. Sometimes tough love is tough to swallow. Pause. But sometimes you got to give that tough love. But Metal Eden, which was really supposed to be releasing next week, has been. Bari, don't give me that look, bro. It got delayed. And they said, hey, everyone, we've decided to move the release of Metal Eden to summer 2025. After going through the feedback from the demo, we saw some clear areas where we can improve. We're taking a bit more time to refine the game and make sure it delivers the experience we're aiming for. Your input has been a big part of that process, and we appreciate it. We know delays aren't ideal, and we really appreciate your patience. We're confident it'll be worth the wait. Thanks for sticking with us more soon, the Metal Eden team. I respect this, right? But this is why I say developers need to involve the community more. And listen, and I get it, man. There's a lot, like, especially in gaming now and this is actually going to be one of our discussions, but the gaming community now is just such a toxic place, and, grifter content and DEI,
and you're a part of
all
it.
This bullshit. Yeah, I mean, okay.
You're the most toxic of them all.
You're right. My tough love. Listen, I
mirror on the wall. Who's the most toxic of them all?
It probably is me. The mirror probably gonna come. The mirror probably come back like it's persona. Listen, I get it, man. Listen, I'm a very blunt, direct person. I've always been that way. That Bari could tell you since he's met me. The only thing that's changed is that I'm not fat anymore. But I've always been a very direct, blunt person, and giving tough love. I believe in that, man. And sometimes
you the big boy persona.
Yeah, I was a big boy, man. At least that's what they say. That's what.
I ain't never seen a big boy dance on the roof.
Well, you know what they say, Bari? The camera does add 10 pounds, so I might not have been big, but on camera I look big. Who knows? But so when it comes to my directness, that's just it's in New York. It's my New Yorker, my New York persona, for lack of a better word. But anyway, Bari, going back to this conversation of Metal Eden, what's your thoughts on this?
My thoughts is that they know that game wasn't going to be releasing next week. My thoughts is this delay was coming anyway. But I'm happy. I'm glad that they did listen to the feedback, because like I was enjoying the demo. I enjoyed the demo. I completed the demo. Which they got some boss fights in there and all that. But it felt very like it felt like there's movement options, but they was holding me down. You know what I mean? Whereas like I'm on this this semi rail, and like the camera wasn't panning over, or I wasn't strafing as fast as I think the game wanted me to strafe as fast. You know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully they can fix that stuff for the movement problems. But other than that, I feel like the game was pretty cool. Like aiming down sight, they should, add a little bit to that as well. I've seen something like that where the aiming experience, experience where the aiming for inputs, was a big process. Yeah, things like that. Yeah, they definitely have their ear to the ground, as far as how people were feeling about the game. So, even when we shared our opinions on that last week, these are some of the issues that we brought up. And, yeah, I'm happy that they are taking their time to listen to the feedback.
You think the devs watch WUPS? They was watching WUPS, so it was like, damn, these WUPS boys know what they talk about. Let's get to the layout.
Yeah, I mean, they probably checked it out. I think I did put Metal Eden in the
hashtag.
The title. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you did.
Oh, I did put a hashtag.
Yeah,
I think I did put a hashtag. But at the end of the day, it's a cool game.
It's a good game, and I want it to succeed. Like I really want, because like I definitely want to support this game, and I am going to support it over the summer. But there was definitely, my personal biggest issue was that through my gameplay of playing the demo, I felt like I was battling the enemies and the camera. The camera wouldn't let me be great, and maybe that's because of my years of playing Call of Duty and just having that super twitchy, super fast, tight movement when it comes to cameras. But that's something that, especially when it comes to shooters, specifically first-person shooters, if I'm playing a first-person shooter, even if it's like an action adventure first-person shooter, a multiplayer first-person shooter, whatever, if that camera movement isn't tight how I like to play, because I like to play on high sensitivity anyway. And with Metal Eden, I was playing on damn near max, and I still felt like it was too slow for me, because I'm just like, yo. And that's because like when you're turning diagonal, it would be like a slow drag, and then it would speed up, but then drag, speed up. So I'm just like, nah, it's just got to be movement tight. And especially, I'm using the Pro controller, so I'm using the back buttons to dodge and dash and trying to turn and trying to do some cool shit, and I can't because I'm fighting the camera. So I have faith that they will fix that stuff, but it's constructive criticism like that from me personally, where I'm just like, I just wish developers would be get the community more involved in that type of stuff. And listen, hey, devs, I know there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of bullshit, there's a lot of people that's just not really experienced to really even give an opinion. And I respect that. And like I said, myself and Bari aren't above that criticism or above that either. But at the same time, if we're going to play a game, I think you do need to do a better job of getting more of the community involved at the earlier stages of the game, especially if you're going to be doing multiplayer games. But we'll save that for the discussion. But shout out to Metal Eden, summertime. It depends when you release in the summer, because if you release it around Metal Gear, I don't know, brother. That's gonna be that's gonna be rough. Some more quick news real quick, man. So, shout out to...
I don't think Metal Eden is going to be like a super long game, too.
No, I don't think so.
Like, I plowed through that demo pretty fast.
Whoa.
I plowed through that thing pretty hard, too.
Whoa.
I go hard in the paint.
Yo, chat. Get Bari, man. Bari, what's good with you, brother? That's that Bronx shit. Yeah, that's that.
No ketchup.
We don't do that in Queens.
Just sauce.
That's that Bronx shit. You know what I'm saying? Eversley, come get your mans, yo.
No ketchup. Just sauce. Of course.
You plowed it? You plowed through it, I mean?
I plowed through that thing.
All right. How long?
I ain't answering that question. It's not how long you plowed. It's how good you plowed.
So you telling me 2 minutes is 2 minutes?
That's all I got.
Hey, yo, listen, bro. Nah, listen. More than 2 minutes now. Come on, brother. Why tell y'all, man? You could turn 2 minutes into 30 if you do 4. It's all about the foreplay. Anyway, let's move on.
Hey, I was talking about video games, man.
Oh, all right, my fault. My fault. I thought I was muted. I thought I was muted when I said.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you.
That's gonna get clipped. All right, yo, let's move on. Let's move.
Let's talking about foreplay.
My fault. I thought we were having 2 different conversations.
we definitely was.
Nah, I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. All right, let's move on. Real quick, Housemarque reconfirmed.
That man on demon time early in the morning, man. That's that Sinners. You watching that Sinners?
Yo, Sinners got me sinning. I ain't gonna lie, yo. And
gotta go repent.
Man, yo, real talk. I definitely gotta go to church on Sunday after watching that movie. That movie is, ooh, I couldn't be in the 30s. So Housemarque, they said, you know, they reconfirming that we are going to be seeing some gameplay for their new game Saros later this year. When? Who knows? It could be Christmas. It could be fall. It could be next week. It could be June. Who knows? But at least they are reconfirming that we will see some gameplay for. And honestly, Housemarque going into 2026, Saros. First of all, I'm a big Housemarque fan. I love their games. So Saros is very, very high on my most anticipated list, especially coming from Returnal. Returnal was incredible. If you haven't played Returnal, you're doing yourself a major disservice. Also, Housemarque, we ain't got no PS5 Pro version of Returnal. Why? Like, what are we doing here?
Yo, they said they're not doing it too.
I know they said they're not doing it.
I asked him in the Discord, and he responded. My man, he said
Crazy.
They have no plans on working on a pro.
That's so sad.
Version.
So sad. But Bari, you know, just quick thoughts on this, man. You know, seeing the gameplay for Saros later this year. You know, are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully, he's at a showcase.
Yeah. Yo, that's a good point. Hopefully it is at a showcase, but who knows? Because you know, PlayStation ain't really
But nah, I'm super excited for Saros. I like the fact how they announced it. You teased your game. You said that they're going to reveal gameplay later and more information later about the game. That's totally fine with me, man. Hopefully they do the same thing like they did with Returnal, where they have those dev diaries. They had like about 4 of them, I think, where they talk about their development, their philosophy on the game, and the Housemarque way and all that stuff. Hope they'll continue doing that. And they was uploading them on the PlayStation 5. So when you was turn on your PlayStation 5, you got greeted to a new episode. You know what I mean? I hope they do the same thing like with this game, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, that's Saros. And then the last bit of news before we get into the topic real quick. So the last bit of news, and this is I seen this earlier this week, and I was like, yo, Bari, yeah, we definitely got to talk about this. So apparently, they're in Death Stranding 2, they're making you fight bosses completely optional. So to break this down, Death Stranding 2, there's a feature, the upcoming Death Stranding 2, which releases on June 26th, will offer an optional feature for you to skip boss fights entirely. The way it works is when facing a boss, players will have the option to skip the fight through a special option on the game over screen, which will provide an image and description of the battle they avoided, similar to a novel. This edition is seen as game changer for accessibility, allowing more players to enjoy the story without struggling with difficult combat.
Yo, if you don't want to play a game, go read a book, man. Go watch a movie, bro.
Yo,
like, listen, this is all business moves right here, because if you have options like that, this is giving the more potential for people to purchase the game that probably are afraid for a boss fight or whatnot. But I'm very old school when it comes to video games, and I personally think options like this is dumb. The fact that you're skipping over a boss fight, something that the developer put into the game that they want you to experience, you have the option to skip that, is always going to be crazy to me, because if you just want to focus on the story,
read a synopsis.
You know, go watch a YouTube video that somebody explained it. But they do that because it's like, oh, we don't want you just going to the YouTube video. You can buy the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And just experience the story. You didn't gotta experience no boss fights or whatnot. And I see other what's the name? South of Midnight. It has that option as well in there where you can skip the boss fights. But
really,
like, I get
they got it in South of Midnight as well.
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
I've seen it in there.
man.
I get it from a business side of things, but as a gamer, I don't understand why anybody would enable or use the option. Like, at the end of the day, if you had no interest on playing the game, it's okay. There's many other games out there. You know what I mean? But
this gonna sound like, nah, I ain't gonna say that. Never mind. Nah.
You're gonna sound elitist.
Nah, it's gonna sound like, coming from me, it's gonna sound fucked up. So I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. Honestly, like, it's just the state of gaming now, man. You know, because when I think back to like when I was young as a child, you know, there were games that I played that they damn near had me about to cry. They were so difficult. Like, you know, like I as a child, I just was just like, yo, but you know, you gotta persevere, get through it, read the
Bruh,
strategy
imagine
guide or whatever.
Kazan if you had skipped the boss fights. If you can skip the boss fights.
That's crazy. That's
know what I mean?
crazy to me. That's a part of the experience.
The game, the enjoyment you wouldn't have experienced. You know what I mean? Learning and adapting to the boss fights, learning the patterns, and learning how to counter certain things.
See, but
you wouldn't get that joy from the game.
See, but this is my thing as well when it comes to, you know, developers doing certain things in the name of accessibility. I call bullshit on some of that as well too. Like I feel like that's bullshit to a certain degree. The reason why I say that is because a lot of handicapped people actually don't. You know what? I'm not even gonna touch that subject, man. All right, y'all got it. Y'all got it, man. Y'all got it, man.
It's all for the money, bro.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna touch it because, like, it. You know, I don't want to be rude or disrespect any type of community, because that's just not who I am. So I'm never gonna move like that or do that. All I'm going to say is this, and I'm gonna be very PC about this. A lot of handicapped or disabled people that I've come across in my life, both in person and online, they actually don't like being treated like they're handicapped or being used as a prop for why something needs to be a certain type of way. That's all I'm saying. I know that's not everybody's thought. I know that's not how every handicapped or disabled person thinks. So I'm not using that. I'm not saying that that's how everybody's thinking across the board. All I'm saying is this whole accessibility thing is a great thing in gaming. And I think it's great and it gives people who might not be able to play games a chance to play games. I'm not taking away from that at all.
Yeah, that's what accessibility is supposed to be. You might can't do a certain thing in the game, but you have this option so you can do it. This is taking away the game.
Yeah,
that's not accessibility. You taking away the game. Yeah, you can skip a boss fight. That's taking away the game. That's taking away the experience of the game.
And most people that's going to use that.
Away the experience of the game.
Yeah, and most people that will use that aren't people that are. Let me shut up. Y'all got it. All right. Cool.
Yeah, so, listen, man. It's all about money, man.
Yeah, it's all about money. It's all about money.
This day and age, we live in a time period where you will pay for no ads on a service, YouTube Premium, whatever. But guess what people are doing?
Yeah,
they have their own ads in the fucking videos. Yep. You know what I mean? When they talk about Manscaped, they talk about this lens, this printer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you just have that in the video. You do everything that you can. You pay more money to avoid it, but you just can't avoid it because it's all about, you know.
I said it in a PC way. You know, because there's handicap. Like I said, the handicapped people that I've met in real life and in online, they don't like being treated like they're handicapped. They don't like being looked at as if their handicap is doesn't give them the ability to move or do certain things. I've got cousins that are handicapped that they don't move like that at all. You feel me? So that's why I'm saying I think accessibility, and again, accessibility I think is a great thing that a lot of developers has center stage and are, you know, taking priority on. I also think it's great that there are certain initiatives and things like that that ensure that games do have certain accessibility options in them that give someone that's handicapped or disabled the ability to experience the game. My only thing is I think there's a line where I feel like something that's good can then turn into something that becomes excessive in the name of trying to be too good or too whatever when it comes to the accessibility options. It's like, okay, now I'm just outright skipping the game. Like, I get
It's no longer about
like
it's no
I,
longer
like
about playing the game.
how the fuck
It's no
like how
longer
does
about
that yeah like
experiences.
that just doesn't make no sense. Like that part of it doesn't make any sense to me because even if I and I'll just use myself, if I was handicapped or if I was disabled, and I'm a gamer, I don't want to skip anything. You know, I want to experience the game just like everybody else can. And if there's like, you know, extra things there that I may need to have, like, you know, if I'm hearing impaired or I need to, you know, have better subtitles or whatever the case may be, though I think that's where accessibility shines. Skipping a fucking boss fight? Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop, man. Because it was the same thing with Souls games. I remember with what was that chick name that was complaining that Souls games are should be made easy to allow more people to play them or complain. Like, what the fuck?
Bro, there's games that do have an easy mode like Kazan.
Yeah, Kazan
or
does.
if you want an easier time with the bosses, they have summons or the wish upon the star like in Lives of P.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They have those options, but people still complain. Now now you're just like, hey, let's omit the whole boss fight.
Yeah, let's just get rid of all of it. It's like, yo, that's crazy. Yo, let's let me get these super chats before we get into the discussion real quick. Unicron.
Are we still talking about the review for Last of Us?
Oh, I forgot all about that. Yeah, okay. All right, we'll talk about that real quick after this. Let me just get these super chats. Okay, yo, Unicron, appreciate you for the super chat. It says, hello, fellas. A question for Persona, not Bari. You can only choose 2 out of 3. Cloud Strife, Green Scar from Marvel, and Thor from Marvel. Who you got? I got Cloud Strife and I got Thor. And then shout out to Cobb Sanity. Appreciate you for the super chat. I think some of those be patient people. Some of those be patient people that tell people, you know, that be patient when it comes to like wanting news or whatever. Those be bots or burner accounts because ain't no way. F being patient. Show some shit, PlayStation. There you go, Cobb. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
And then shout out to
you gotta show up, man.
Shout out to Viper Reeps, man. Appreciate you for the super chat. He says, the idea of adversity is disappearing. Excuse me, sorry about that. In a time where everybody gets a trophy, easy equals more sales. And that's why I you know, to take it out of the realm of gaming, but this is why people give up on things so easily. You know, people give up on life. People give up on trying. People give up on their goals, they dream, because it's just they want everybody want everything handed. There is no sense of perseverance, right? It's like, damn, bro. You don't want to persevere? You don't want to try, fail, try again, fail, try harder, try better, like learn from your mistakes? Like, you don't want none of that. You just want shit easy. That shit is crazy to me, man. And then shout out to Viper. Appreciate you for the super chat again. He says, adding color palettes for color blindness is accessibility. Adding controller button reassignments for players is accessibility. Yeah, those are, and that's what I'm saying. The idea of accessibility is a great thing, right? There is no bad thing about accessibility. I think accessibility options, making sure that those types of things are implemented into games, I think that stuff is great. That is a welcomed addition to gaming, and I think that stuff is great. But I do think that there are certain things that are being implemented into the game that's being mislabeled under the guise of accessibility, when I personally don't view that as something that really, because again, if I'm skipping fights and just watching cutscenes, whatever. Listen, man, if y'all like it, I love it. Fuck it. But all right, let's get into this review real quick of The Last of Us Season 1. I forgot all about this.
Imagine having a conversation about Death Stranding 2. I'd be like, man, that was a crazy boss fight. Somebody come up in here like, what? What you mean?
But you know what's so crazy? That's why, you know what's so funny about this too, Bari? This is why the dynamics around the conversation of gaming is dying the way it is right now within the games and within the gaming community, because everybody's experience really isn't the same. But then also, everybody is not truly experiencing the game. Obviously, you got people who aren't playing these games and just watching YouTube videos or wherever they're doing, or looking at other people's opinions. That's been happening for years. That's nothing new. But even the people who do play the games, if they are utilizing certain accessibility options or whatever that make the game pretty much where the game plays itself, or you can omit or skip chunks of the game, the conversation now becomes fragmented because if me and Bari, so let's use First Berserker Kazan, right? Imagine if you could skip. So one of the hardest bosses I came across, and Bari, I don't know if you agree or disagree, at least initially, was Maluka, right? Because that was a skill check where it was
that's a brick wall.
Yeah, that's a brick wall right there. Maluka I was stuck on Maluka for like maybe a day, 2 days maybe. Because I took a break. I was like, all right, I was like, I need to take a break and come back. It was like a day. But, imagine I was able to skip that boss fight. But then me and Barry are having a conversation about the game, and he goes, yo, Persona, a boss was difficult, and I had a hard time fighting? It was Maluka. Because when he goes into that second phase where chaos takes over, it's like, and you're just and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, Maluka, where was that at? Like, it fragmented the conversation.
I didn't fight him.
I didn't fight him. I skipped that. It fragmented the conversation, and it makes the conversation around gaming much more difficult to have with people because you don't know because everyone's experience is just so fragmented and different. And this is why this is at least from where I sit and how I feel about it. This is a big reason why gaming is kind of in this weird state that it is now where, some gamers are saying they want this and some gamers are saying they want that. It's because everybody's experience really isn't the same experience. It's so vastly different that the things that they think that they want is already there if they actually. Man, let's get into The Last of Us. Let's get into The Last of Us season 1.
Gaming conversations are like Android phones. Very fragmented experience. You know what I mean? This Samsung different over here. This Google Pixel different over here. This HTC different over here. This whatever Motorola different over here. You know what I mean? We need to get gaming like an iPhone where everybody have the same similar experience.
Yeah, I agree.
With accessibility.
I agree. All right, but let's get into the season. So The Last of Us season 2 episode 1 bar last Sunday it released. It premiered. Just give me your thoughts. Just break down how you felt about the episode, the pacing, some of the changes that they did. Some of the reorganizing of some of where certain things happened in the game actually happened a lot sooner in terms of the show. Just break it all down. How you feeling about episode 1 so far with season 2 of Last of Us?
Yeah, overall, I thought episode 1 for season 2 was a great start. I do have my issues overall with the world in the Last of Us TV show. Like, I feel like to this day I don't sense the danger, or the fear from the infected, like how the game portrayed the infected. I still think they should have implemented some type of spore or something like that. Because the tendrils, in certain instances it can be crazy, like in episode 2 or 3 in season 1, what it showed, or what they're trying to set up on how all of the infected is now in the wintry area where they're going to help Abby and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so limited, man. You know what I mean? It's so far in between as well. Now, if the spores was there or some type of different way of transportation when it comes to the being infected was there, there'd have been you'd have felt more the fear of the world. They definitely nailed the fear from you got to be very careful as far as the human beings within the TV show. But I feel like the infected, they still haven't hit me yet as far as like they still feel like fodder to me in the TV show. But I did like episode 1, season 2 was really good. I do have my criticisms as far as like not having that scene where Joel was explaining everything to Tommy. You know what I mean? I think they should have still kept that in there.
I agree with that.
Yeah, the psychiatrist is cool because there's an experience that Joel, killed her husband or whatnot, and she's ended up being the psychiatrist for this dude. But that whole explanation as far as like, here's how Tommy is going to deal with things when it comes to Ellie, even though they showed a scene where they was doing the sniping thing. Like, okay, but you skipped over the whole explanation as far as what Joel said to Tommy and how he should be treating Ellie, or how things going to be going forward. We just have that going forward. Like, oh, we supposed to have the knowledge of the video game, with that scene, But other than that, I felt like it was a great start. I give the first episode like an 8 out of 10. And like the gear up for, this weekend episode, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, great start. I liked it. It was cool, but there's certain things I would have changed, or certain things I would have preferred. I still prefer the video game adaptation,
Yeah.
100%. But I get it.
Another thing too, that I wasn't feeling is he didn't sing. That scene where like
Oh, the guitar.
with the guitar, and he sung her the song. Like there was none of that, and I'm just like, damn, like you can't even add that into this first episode either. Like that might be a flashback later, who knows? But
Mhm.
as of right now, it's not there. I do agree 100%. The explanation he does to Tommy when they first get there, I don't know why they didn't do that. That would have been a great opener. Like that'd have been a really, really good opener. So it sucks that didn't happen. But overall, I do like Abby's character a lot. Actually, even though she was rarely in this first episode, I'm digging. I'm digging.
Good.
Yeah, the casting for Abby is good. Her crew. I'm digging the crew so far. Shout out to Gabrielle Tati out here doing her thing. So I do like Abby's crew so far. And when it comes to this first episode, it was cool. I liked it. Certain changes I kind of like the whole therapist psychiatrist thing. I get why they did that to give Eugene's character a little bit more depth, right? So I'm like, okay, you give a little bit more to like, him dying and how that really affected the people around him and all this other stuff. Okay, fine. But I do think that when it comes to this first episode, one scene that I liked particularly that I thought was done really well was actually the introduction of the stalkers and how like you really could see the fear in Ellie in that. And I actually really like.
I say it's more shock than fear.
Shock, yeah, shock, not fear. Shock, yeah, not fear as well. Because like, she was scared. She was definitely scared. No. She
she wasn't that scared like that, bro.
Yo, bro,
like,
when she walked up, when she was standing there,
she was pulling up on it.
She did pull up. But then remember when
she was like, "Yo, where you at?"
Yeah, but then remember when she pulled up and she saw that she wasn't there, and then she was like, "Hold on," the gun was shaking when she was walking. And then when the stalker ran up behind her and jumped on her, she was scared there, bro. That was fear, especially after she got bit. She was scared right there, man.
Like even compared to the game with that scene right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was like even with Ellie hiding the fact that she's immune, right? There's the fear of people knowing that is not there because the spores is not there. Like, how she had to pretend to put on a mask like it's going to affect her.
Mm-hmm.
Like even though she fell in or she's with Dina, it's like, yo, they pulling out late.
That's right.
Walker,
Yo, you're right, because when they fell into the supermarket, this section upstairs actually was full of spores before they walked through the door, and they had to put on the mask. I remember that.
Yeah,
and they didn't do that. Yeah. Okay.
The stalker scene was cool. Don't get it twisted, but I just feel like she might be scared for a little moment, but she ain't really scared like that, bro. Ellie though, is a champ. You know what I mean? She out here sturdy on these infected, but I just feel like the infected could be a little bit stronger, but I do like they introduced the stalkers, and hopefully we're definitely gonna see more of them. But it was cool.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But overall, I do think the pacing of the first episode I thought was great.
I get what you meant, Andre. I get what you meant.
The pacing of the first episode I thought it was really great. I like it so far. I think it's off to a pretty solid start.
You ever be liking a show, right? And then you look at the timer to see how long it's been running?
Yeah.
You ever do that?
Yeah, I did that.
I was like, wait, this episode pretty good, man. Wait, how much time we got left? I'm like, oh man, it's only like 2 minutes left.
Yeah. Nah, this season look like it's gonna definitely be packed with a lot. So I'm definitely excited. It's so funny, Bari. If we stay consistent, the final episode of Last of Us will be our final episode of WUPS as well. If we stay consistent every weekend. So, because it's only 9 episodes this season, and this is our 9th episode now. So
it's only 9 episodes this season?
Yeah.
Yo, what happened to TV shows where it was like 16, 20 some episodes a season, bro? Daredevil, there was like 8 episodes. Any other show, there's like 8 episodes. The most you get is probably like 9 or 10. You know what I mean? Back in the early 2000s, yo, we was getting seasons. Like, remember the show 21 is my favorite TV show of all time. Bro, a season in 21 was like 24. I mean, not 21, 24. It was like 24 episodes, bro.
Because it's going
along with the time.
Yeah. You know what's a good show?
Smallville?
Yeah, Smallville. Yo, Smallville
had, like
20. What's this other show? The show I've been watching on HBO Max called The Pit. It's like 15, 16 episodes, 18 episodes in that joint, yo. It's a great show too. If you guys haven't watched The Pit on HBO Max, yo, go watch The Pit, man. I love that show, man. That show was absolutely fantastic. No, it's like General Hospital. I mean, not General Hospital. It's like ER.
He about to explain it too. That's crazy.
Yeah, The Pit is like that. It's like by each hour, and I think it's like 15 episodes or whatever.
Yo, Lost was another one, man.
Oh yeah, Lost is like what, 25 episodes a season or some shit like that. Yo, Lost was a lot, bro.
When you used to get the little the DVDs, them just a stick, bro.
Yeah,
like 5
seasons.
Yeah, the book is like this.
They don't got that no more, bro. Those are long dead, bro. Those long gone, man. Oh, it's 7 episodes. So I'm wrong. It's actually 7 episodes. I thought I saw 9. I thought it was
7
9.
episodes in the last season too.
Yeah, 7 episodes.
Oh my.
Yo, listen, bro. Listen, you know why? Because to make these episodes and these shows cost a lot of money, bro. Like a lot. So that's also, I think, a big reason why.
Bro, I resubscribed to HBO Max. It's like $20-something now for what I want. I want 4K. I'm not watching no 1080p video. You know what I mean?
That shit is crazy.
The yearly is like 200 and change, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's more. Yo, that's you paying cable prices at that point, boy.
The prices going up for 7 episodes.
Crazy.
These Marvel.
But it's a lot. It's a lot of other shows too, though. That's also because you're not just paying because that's what you want to see is Last of Us. But they got all these other new shows and stuff that's coming or whatever.
All the new show. How many episodes in them shows?
I don't know. All right, listen.
It'd be like 7, 8, bro. Yo, like Disney Plus, they be having all them Captain America and all them shows. It'd be 6 episodes a season. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to talk about and you want to show this. Nah, brother, you got 6 episodes to impress me. Impress me.
Especially
and
don't let the show get canceled, boy. Yo, listen. Don't let that show get canceled, boy. What was that show? Oh, Mindhunters. I'll never forgive Netflix, man, for canceling.
Oh, Mindhunters, that's my shit. That's my shit. I love that movie too, Mindhunters.
Crazy. But yeah, so that's
in General Hospital. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, that show been going for years. And they just renewed for another season. That show been going for years. Crazy.
Jeez.
I used to watch that when I was young, General Hospital. But all right, guys, that's the show. Oh, that's the news, right? If you made it this far, I'll give you some trophies.
Yo, what's your score for episode 1, season 1?
Season 1, I'm giving it a episode 2 season 2 episode 1 for Last of Us. I'm giving it I think an 8 out of 10 as well. Yeah, about an 8 out of 10. Yo, ER, General Hospital. Yeah, I used to watch all that shit back in the day, yo. OD.
Yo, what y'all give it in the chat? Let me know y'all review scores for The Last of Us season 2 episode 1.
While you do that, let's get into the discussion, right? And so, Bari, I think you know what the discussion is because I sent you the goddamn show outline. But for those in the chat, I think you guys got an idea because I made it a point to deliberately, our talking and my thoughts and Bari's thoughts would lead into the discussion. So I think this discussion is going to be a good one. And you guys are free to participate in the chat and give your opinion on what you think would be best. But I have 2 questions, Bari. So the first question, what are 3 things you would change about the game industry? Now, it doesn't have to be 3 things, but if you do more than one, it has to be up to 3. And then the second question is, what are 3 things you would change about the gaming community?
Interesting.
Yes,
3 things I would change about the gaming industry is that I will bring E3 back. It don't have to be called E3, but the timing as far as it's like a report card or a report, right? This is the due date. And you need to show your communities, your platform, what you're delivering around this time. You know what I mean? For publishers, platform holders, I would love something like that. You know what I mean? Like report card or this essay is due around this time. This gaming, what we're up to or what we're working on is due around this time. Boom, everybody deliver on that time. Second thing, and like I say, it don't have to be named E3, but around that June time, I would like that. Second thing, getting rid of paying for online for these services. That requirement needs to be kaput. I feel like these services they offer, the things that they offer within them should be enough. Like, the games for the month, discounts, whatever it is, that should be enough to entice people if they want to subscribe to these services. But the actual online portion that should be omitted out of these online these gaming services. Third thing, the third thing I would say is the third one is a tough one.
Okay, that's fair. If you only got two, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna say those two for now, and I'll come back to get to the third one because I have a lot of thoughts, but I haven't really like put them together.
Okay.
As far as the third one.
Okay, and what about the what about the gaming community?
Oh, three things that you should change. Gaming
matter of
community.
fact, let me give mine on the industry, then we'll just go back on.
Yeah.
All right, so what I would change about the game industry is
He said this man's changing gaming into a curriculum. Absolutely. My bad. Go ahead.
Is this the last episode of WUPS? No, this is the night. No, you still got 8 episodes left after this.
Yeah, 200 is gonna be the last episode.
Yeah,
we're gonna air.
So 3 things I would change about the game industry. The first thing is not getting the community more involved much sooner in the development process of the game. Early access. I feel like if you're doing live service, anything that has a multiplayer or co-op component, I think you need to have the community, not these streamers and influencers. I don't give a fuck about them. The community as well. You need to have regular, everyday people who you expect to be buying, playing, and supporting your games to also be involved in that process, so that you can make sure and early in that process, like early access. I think any live service or multiplayer game needs to have an early access period, at least 8 months prior to launch, 6 to 8 months prior to launch. I would say 8 months, honestly. It should be the minimum, 8 months or more prior to launch. The second thing I think is I would change not developers, but I would change the industry's or media's viewpoint on exclusivity, right? I'm seeing this weird shift of, timed exclusivity or exclusive games being something that's like bad or negative or detrimental, whatever the case may be. And as we can see, exclusives is still something that holds its weight, and it's still something that is valuable when it comes to trying to sell a product. So I would definitely change that. The third thing with the game industry that I would change is I would actually change this weird need to be overly positive with everything that is released. There's this weird sense of like, even when you're trying to be critical, you're still being super overly positive about the critical. Well, even though I might not like this, it's still, no, you don't like it, or you don't think this is good, or this is something that needs to change. I think the idea about criticism, and I think part of this has to do with the type of criticism that's being spewed. Obviously, there's a lot of shitty critiques and critiques that really don't add any value or help the situation. So I'm not saying that all criticism or all opinions are good opinions, but there's this weird, and I've been seeing this for a few years now, where like there's this weird sense of like even when you're speaking negatively of a game, it seems like people are scared to speak negatively out of fear of losing the free shit that they'll get for it, or out of fear of being blacklisted or whatever the case may be, because the developer or the publisher or whoever can't take that criticism or whatever the case may be. If we really want gaming to be better, and this goes for publishers, developers, media, influencers, and anybody in between, you have to be able to accept and understand those criticisms. And listen, I'm not saying that there aren't people that do that now, because there are people, influencers or whoever that are critical, respectfully, of course. But I think that that's something that needs to be done more. And more honestly, even if you are getting the code for free, even if you're getting something for free for a review, I still think you need to be critical and honest.
You trying to say, Persona, that people not being critical?
No, they're not. Not in the way they.
You know what?
Not,
you know
the,
what?
Not the way they should be. No.
You know what my third thing is?
What's that?
I'm leaning towards yours a little bit. You know what I mean? And funny enough, this is actually going to be a little video I was going to do, where I feel like when it comes to the industry, video game review codes should not be free. There should be a pay-in to any type of code. Yeah, you might get it super early, but there should be a pay-in to games. And I know that might sound crazy to a lot. That might disrupt a lot of things, but I do feel like if value is a part of the review process, you can't tell me about value if you didn't pay for it.
They're gonna clip you, boy. They're gonna clip you.
Well, listen, it's very far-fetched. I get it. Trust me. I know it sounds crazy, but there's times where I do listen to review. I'm just like, I don't know if I take your value proposition, intact, because I'm just like, you're not you speaking about pricing and you're speaking about this and that about a product or a game. It's just like there's a disconnect there when it comes to you trying to talk to the consumer. You know what I mean? But I do understand it. But I feel like there needs to be some type of change in that. And I leave it there.
Fair enough. All right, so now top 3 things about.
And once again, this is all little thoughts, man. You ain't gotta get over, sensitive about our thoughts, man. We're just giving our thoughts out there.
This getting.
Don't worry, we'll be gone soon. Don't worry.
We'll be.
These motherfuckers like, y'all can't wait for these motherfuckers to go.
Hey, shit. Yo, we'll be going soon. That's a fact, yo. They definitely can't wait for us to get the fuck up out of here. Like,
they might start up a podcast at 11 o'clock, right after episode.
Yo, fact. Like, damn, when the hell is episode 200 coming, man? I'm sick of y'all, man. God damn. Hurry up. Be gone.
No weeks off.
That's why PlayStation don't like y'all now. All right, so top 3 things you would change about the gaming community now, Bari.
Gaming community.
I already got mine. And it's funny because I think a lot of ours are going to definitely align. That's the funny thing. Go ahead.
Top number 1, if you don't have a PlayStation, shut the fuck up. Yeah, there's no way you are part of the gaming community without a PlayStation. I'm sorry.
Hey, yo, chill, bro. Chill the fuck. Hey, yo, relax, bro. Relax.
My wife be talking about, I love gaming. You have a PlayStation? No. You can sit your ass up out of here. You ain't gonna know no gaming. That's my number 1.
All right, I respect it.
Number 2. I feel like when you complete a game, you should show the trophy that you completed the game.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can no longer rely on end credits screenshots because people can just take that anywhere. But the fact that you finish a game and you want to review it or whatnot, you should show that you completed the game by getting that trophy or that achievement, or for Nintendo case, I need you to write your name on the screenshot. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, the third thing I have here is that there needs to be a standard within the gaming community that you cannot review a game without completing it. I'm sick and tired of people putting these standards on game journalists and reviewers, but then they turn around when it comes to them, they don't apply the same standards. Like, oh, how would you score the game? You only played 2 hours. What's your review score? Oh, I give it a 9. Like, how the fuck we giving a score to something you put 2 hours into? But then say gaming reviews, you don't take them seriously and whatnot because there's people that we know that don't, complete these games while reviewing it. If you want to uphold the standard, you should be applying it as well. So I feel like, yeah, if you want to review something, you should at least complete the game. I'm not saying you got to platinum everything, but you should at least complete the game to apply a review score or a score to. If you haven't completed a game, that is an impression. You know what I mean? I don't care if a game is super bad or you're just like, oh, I just want, no, you ain't completed, no review score. I think that should be a standard within the gaming community. And those are my 3.
That's good. That's good. So my 3 are going to be controversial. I'm going to start with this.
I already knew when I saw the question, I was like, oh shit, this dude got something cooked up.
If you don't beat games, you shouldn't be doing gaming podcasts.
Oh shit. Oh, you going there.
Like there's this weird thing of like people that, they when you have these conversations with people, they always talk about, well, I ain't got no time because, I got a wife and kids and I got to work and, so I can't beat this and do that and da da da. But they on multiple podcasts every week. That's something that's been happening for a long time in the gaming community. But it's to the point where you've got people who aren't playing games or aren't completing games or aren't even playing the games that's being spoken about, speaking on these games, which is, it's muddying up the waters. Crazy. Second thing.
That is crazy.
What the chat say? Speak on it. Oh yeah, at minimum, absolutely. The second thing, gaming community. If your criticism is about a game is only about how the character looks, how big her breasts are, her butt is, or race and stuff like that, you really have no place in the gaming community. That stuff really has no place anywhere. Because like, you ain't gonna fuck these characters. They pixels on the screen, and you don't have to play the game. Just move on. You just find something else to play. But for some reason, and obviously it's social media, so everybody thinks that their opinion holds a lot of weight, and it doesn't. But oftentimes, people, even if it's a game they don't like or dislike, they still feel compelled to have to constantly speak on it. Now, if you say, oh, this game isn't for me, or I don't like this game because, whatever, and move on, that's different. But if you dedicate your entire personality to, downing games like this or this game or that game or whatever because of, something that you think that might be DEI or race related or because the chick is flat chested or whatever it is, it just has no place in the community, and it just gives gamers a bad name. Especially if you associate with those type of people.
What they say the word is, they gooners. That's what they say. They're gooning over the characters.
What's that?
I learned about that word this week.
Gooning.
Gooner. Somebody like they horny, like they constantly horny over. That's characters or that's people.
That's some new age shit. I ain't heard that. That's the young folks. That's the young folks shit, man.
I seen the word a lot, but I asked somebody. I was like, "What that shit mean?" I say, "You know what? Let me look it up." And yeah, that's what it is.
And the last thing with the gaming community that I think needs to change is this idea that you don't have to buy games. You can't call yourself somebody that's a part of the gaming community, but then not want to actually support the gaming community monetarily. If you're not buying games and you just waiting for shit to come to a service, I stand, and that's something I've been saying for a long time. And again, I'm not saying buying every single game, the games you love. If there's a game that you love, but you won't buy it because it's not in a service, did you really love that game? You get what I'm saying? And that's something that's been running rampant in the gaming community for a long time. But I do think that's something that needs to change. Again, and this is something I've said, buy the games you love. Like if you love a game, but then you're not buying it because
Support the developers.
yeah,
What?
support the devs you love. Support the devs, man. That's support the devs you love. So I think those are three things that need to change within the gaming community, for sure. Honorable mention. I think last thing, I'm gonna give 4 here, and I know I'm breaking the rules, but I am a rule breaker. One thing that needs to change in this gaming community is people who continuously say that they want positivity in the gaming community, but only share negative content or only share grifter content. That's something that I've been seeing for a very long time.
This topic's spicy, boy.
Where there's this constant, things need to be positive. We need to be more together. We need to love one another, love thy neighbor, and all this dumb shit. But then I see people sharing grifter content, commenting on grifter content, laughing at grifter content, or engaging in grifter content. You see people always talking about how we need to be positive and all this other stuff, but then they only respond to negative things. Why is that? You don't share anything positive. It's always negative. It's always you downing somebody's thoughts on a different game or looking at somebody else's podcast, hate watching, or whatever the case may be, to find things to talk about or spin in a negative way. That's something that's been happening.
Like
this podcast, but I'm not only talking about this podcast, and I'm not only talking about an Xbox thing. I see PlayStation preferred people, Xbox. I see just gamers and people doing it in general, where you want positivity, you fanboys need to go away, and the negativity and toxicity needs to go away, and the lying and all this needs to go away. But then you're sharing clips of those said people that you keep saying are a problem within the community. You keep sharing that content out on your platform and on your page, perpetuating and continuing the endless cycle of the toxicity that you continuously say you do not want.
Mm.
So if people really want the gaming community to change, if people really want that positivity, you need to be the change that you want to see. And a lot of people aren't.
Gonna make change.
And listen, people might not like the messenger, which is me, but the message still holds true. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like Bari. You don't have to like this podcast or whatever. But the message still rings true. And you may feel like I'm the wrong person to say it for whatever that reason may be, and that's perfectly fine. But the message still holds true. Be the change you want to see. And a lot of people in this community, regardless of where you prefer to play games, you aren't the change that you want to see. And it's reflected through the things that you continuously post and share out on your social media feeds. And that's it. And that's the discussion. If you enjoyed this show, we're gonna give you some trophies.
Yeah, I do have a 4th one for the industry.
Oh, go ahead with the 4th one.
My listen, man, I love gaming. Gaming loves me. And this is not every person that I'm talking about when it comes to the industry. But I always question this job role within the industry.
Oh, I heard. Oh shit! Go ahead, bro.
And that's the community manager. I don't understand what that role is, bro. They don't interact with the community. When people have constructive feedback, they don't interact. They don't respond. That leans towards more of the negative stuff. Like if somebody was to say your game sucks, it's dead on arrival, they will interact with that quick. But somebody say, "Hey, I think this could get polished up," or "Where do I leave feedback?" and blah 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 blah. No respond. They will quickly respond to anything negative. Yep. But if it's any type of feedback, I don't understand it, bro. Yep. And it's not no personal shots and nothing. It's just a general observation that I see throughout the years, and I'm just like, yo, that's why I don't join in Discords and all that. For what? You ain't responding to shit. There's few community discords from games that I've joined because of the community manager. They actually respond to any type of feedback, or they actually respond to any type of question. When I see that, then I'm like, oh, you know what? Oh, let me join that, because I know that you will take the feedback and you'll apply it to where it needs to be applied to. But some of these bigger developers, or I see these roles all the time. I'm like, what the
social media manager. It's like,
yeah, social media manager, content creator. I'm like, what? You don't, you don't respond to nobody.
You don't respond to nothing. Or is
you gotta
it
be overglazing the game, or you gotta say something crazy negative.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the only thing they respond to. If you over love it, like, oh my god, when I played this game, I saw life through a new eyes or some stupid shit. Or if you like saying something super negative, they'll respond.
Your game fucking sucks, and I hope it dies.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. This is what we deal with. But if we say, hey man, I think you should fix this. Blank.
Crickets.
Nothing.
Crickets. Because they don't care, bro. Negativity, man. Negativity is what draws a lot of people in, because the negative thing, or even the super positive thing, is going to garner a reaction, especially the negative. People are more likely to respond to something negative than they would positive, because the negative is going to garner an impulse reaction that most people can't control anyway. Most people, when they respond to something negative that's being geared or spewed towards them, and a lot of people have an initial impulse reaction to want to react. An initial impulse to want to react. So that's what most people do. But something positive, it's not going to garner that same type of impulse or that dopamine push to push you to want to respond. And that's why it happens. That's why it's like that. And that's a big reason why I'm like, and anyway, because I'm gonna save that conversation for another WUPS episode. But yeah, so yeah, guys,
number 4, the community, stop interacting with that cornball dickhead Astro Cyborg. The man be lying about people's shit. You know what I mean? The man have a narrative that he spins with whatever clip that he puts up there, and y'all just take the bait every time. This dude don't interact with nobody outside of the Twitter or gaming community, bro. And he's just you know what I mean? And y'all just applying it and applying. And I see people reacting or responding to this dude. I'm just like, yo, this man is setting you up for beef that is no beef. This man is it's just weirdo shit, man. Astro Cyborg, you're a dickhead. But
and on that note, we gonna get
and a bum at games too. This guy is absolutely 100% garbage. I promise you. Ask that man to play with you in a multiplayer session. You're gonna look good. Matter of fact, I know he plays Call of Duty. I know some of y'all be like, yo, I don't want to play Call of Duty. Put Astro Cyborg on, make him the party leader, put him on your squad. I guarantee you dropping 30, 50, you might drop a nuke. The banner of people, the pool of people he plays with is absolutely 100% garbage. He is garbage. You would do great. If he plays fighting games, just play against him. You'll win every time. This man is absolutely 100% garbage at video games. Clip it.
And on that note, we're going to get to the outros. But before we get to the outros, let's give you guys some trophies. And then I'm going to give y'all this platinum. Hey, man, listen, 191 platinums. Y'all getting up there.
Matter of fact, I got a challenge for Astro Cyborg. You can clip whatever you want to clip. Put your voice to it. Let people hear you. Put a camera. Let people see you. I promise you won't do that. Wait a ass.
Yo, so Bari, give us your outro. See, y'all see, guys, y'all think I'm the mean one. I keep telling y'all ain't gonna listen to me, man. Bari the mean one. I keep telling y'all think I'm mean? I mean, you realize me and Bari both New Yorkers, right? Y'all think I'm mean. Y'all ain't seen Bari's mean side. I have, trust me. It makes me look like a saint.
When I see weirdo shit, man, it's like, yo, I know people ain't that dumb in this world.
They're not.
You know what I mean? You're not that idiotic. You're probably bored. You're at work on lunch break, and you're like, you know what? Let me entertain the shit. but somebody got to say it. The man's a dickhead. He know what he doing.
All right, so let's get to the let's get to the outros, man. Yo, Bari.
Somebody invite him to a podcast. I guarantee you're gonna turn that down. You know what I mean? Tell him, hey, come to a podcast, man. Make sure your camera's up. Get your mic. I guarantee you turn that shit down. Where Gas what? Gas is in here. A Skeptic Sauce. Invite him on your podcast, man. You know what I mean? You guys interact. Invite him on your podcast. I guarantee you turn that shit down. But my bad, Persona, man.
I mean, listen, it's the last 10 episodes, so this is kind of like a no holds bar thing. I just know this section will absolutely be clipped. So Bari.
Nah, he ain't gonna clip it because you know I'm speaking facts.
Nah, he gonna clip it. He gonna clip it.
When he clip it and somebody actually listen to what I said, they're like, "Yo, you know what? You're right. I actually never heard this motherfucker. I've been following this motherfucker for 2 years. And I did not hear his voice not one time.
Never heard him speak. Let me speak. But yo, let's get to the outros, man.
They make fun of me with a lisp.
Yeah,
go ahead, man. I know it's time.
Yo, so you done got me off my square. Yo, so give us your outro, brother. Let the people know, where they can find you and whatnot, man.
I mean, yeah, listen, man. If you find me, yo. But I appreciate everyone coming through, checking out the podcast. It was definitely a pleasure, chopping up with my borough Persona once again. But I just want to put this out there that Plus Some Block will be hosting a tournament for Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. That game comes out next week. If you pre-ordered it, you can play it, I think, Monday. I think it's early, like an early access thing. But yeah, they're going to be having a tournament up in May. So you're going to have like a good month before the tournament starts. And yeah, you're going to have ample enough time to, practice and get whatever you got to get. But it's a little fun community tournament that they're hosting. And there's a sign-up link that Streamlabs is posting. And I'm also posting as well. I'm going to be, sharing the link wherever I can as well. And yeah, just sign up. And if you don't want to participate, definitely go and check out their YouTube channel, Plus Some Block. They got a podcast, a fighting game podcast, every Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. And yeah, definitely show support and check them out. You know what I mean? But yeah, but we do appreciate y'all coming through and checking us out as we close down What's Up PlayStation podcast. Like I said, we are very appreciative to the people that were supporting us from day one to up until now. If you supported us from 2 months ago, last week, 2 years ago, we appreciate that, man. But life be lifing, and sometimes you just gotta end certain things so you can just move on with life or just get things accomplished. So yeah, episode 200 will be the final episode for What's Up PlayStation podcast. And yeah, but if you guys want to check me out on YouTube as well, my YouTube channel, J Bari. I don't really go live as much like that on the YouTube channel, but I do upload videos here and there. So if you want to check that out, definitely gonna check it out. But yeah, great episode.
Yo, real quick, another thing about the game community, stop calling yourself a gaming channel if you ain't posting no gameplay on your YouTube channel. Like, if I look on your YouTube channel and I don't see no streams, no gameplay videos, how the fuck are you a game? I'm sorry, man. Listen, road to 200, man. I'm because once 200 is done, I'm actually I'm unplugging from everything. So, but yeah, that's definitely one. No gameplay, no nothing, no clips. I scroll through your YouTube channel and it's just you grifting content and talking about bullshit all day. It's like, what the fuck? How the fuck is this a gaming channel? Go ahead, Bar. Sorry, guys. Apologize.
Yo, man.
That's it. You done with your outro? All right, cool. Yo, listen, for me, guys, Persona, Gaming with Persona. You can follow me on Twitter at Persona Speaks. You subscribe to my YouTube channel, Gaming with Persona. I will be streaming gameplay of Marathon next week, Wednesday, April 23rd, when the beta goes, the alpha goes live. Give my live first impressions. So definitely can't wait for that. So hopefully a lot of you guys come through. I'm sure a lot of y'all gonna come through and want to see the game and and whatnot, man. So definitely appreciate y'all so much with that. As for me, you know, kind of like what I said, man, like, you know, what Bari said, just echo some of that. You know, we definitely appreciate the people that support us, that support WUPS, that support what we do for the last 5 years, what, 4 years? 4 years or so, 4.5 years we've been doing this. You know, the road to 200, as y'all can see, is definitely gonna be a fun one, very spicy. It's gonna be good, man. These last couple episodes, we're gonna make sure that they spicy and they good, and it's no holds bar, right? But yeah, man, you know, life, everything that's happening, personal goals, just personal things that's going on, man. But I will say this, that the people that I rock with in this community, the people that rock out with me and Bari, that support us, check us out, you know, people that we've interacted with, man, like, you guys are all like awesome people. We really appreciate all of you guys, man. Like, honestly and truly, like, you guys are great people. And we appreciate y'all coming through every Saturday, rocking out with us in the chat, vibing out, man. It means a lot to us. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, you know, definitely appreciate y'all so much. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to the WUPS community. And shout out to everybody. We rock with y'all too, P. Yeah, man. Appreciate it, man. Trust me, it means a lot to me and Bari. Believe me, I promise y'all, man. It means a lot to us, man. Like, I promise. But yo, with that being said, guys, episode 191.
You know what means a lot to me as well? Click the goddamn link that says check out Plus Unblock. Click the link and subscribe to the goddamn channel, man. I don't know how many weeks I gotta say, yo, subscribe to Plus Unblock.
Facts.
And then let support people that's actually gaming out here, man.
Yeah.
They are gaming. They like a certain genre of gaming, and they deliver a podcast that got great chemistry. You know what I mean? We're not telling you to click on link to no rinky dink podcast, man. These are good people. Support them.
And they actually play games, man. Like, these are people that are knowledge. They're very knowledge, especially with fighting games. You know, don't tell Chuck and Dre I said this, because, you know, they ain't gonna never let me live this down. But yo,
they free
as hell. But like, when it comes to like fighting games, knowledge and shit like that, like, I don't know everything about fighting games. I've learned stuff from them as well. You know, like, listening to their podcast, and I'm very deep into fighting games and have been since I was a little kid. I've learned stuff from them. You feel me? So
y'all can learn a lot from Chuck and Dre, man. Y'all gonna mash on wake up. Y'all gonna neutral jump.
You gonna learn how to lose from Chuck. I tell you that now. You wanna know how to lose in fighting games? Definitely check my boy Chuck out. Trust me. But nah, yo, listen. Plus Unblock, it's a great show. Great, and we know Dre and
yo, Chuck said Xbox record that.
Yo, Chuck and Dre, we known them. Yo, real talk, for like what, 12 years. Like, these ain't just dudes that we just met out of the blue, and I've met these dudes in real life, you know. So like, the friendship is in real life with these dudes. Like, these are my boys, man. So like, support these dudes, man. Like, support them, support what they doing, man. You know, the tournament and all that stuff. I'm definitely gonna share that out. And I know that's gonna be a fun tournament. So
yeah,
you know,
that's gonna be a fun community event. That's why, you know, we're gonna definitely share it. And
for sure.
Hopefully y'all sign up, or y'all just come through. You know what I mean?
Even
but yeah, like I said, we're not sending you to no rinky dink podcast. Like, all right, these are people that actually play the games that they like, and they talk about the stuff that they like, man. And these are the things that I see a lot of people you know, look for, and they say that they want within the gaming community, but they never share that stuff. You know what I mean? So we're letting y'all know this is a great podcast, especially if you're interested in fighting games. Definitely go and check them out. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yep. And with that being said, guys, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Listen, guys, it's beautiful outside. It is already in the 80s out here in New York. Later. Nah, it's not raining today. It's not gonna rain today. It's 80 degrees. It's gonna be cloudy and a little bit windy, but it's not gonna rain. No, it's already 81 degrees.
Oh yeah, right.
So 80, you know, I think I'm actually you know, we about to touch a little grass, you know.
Y'all Easter weekend this, man. You get the bun and cheese, get your escovitch fish.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Y'all may have some fish too, you know, in the background, you know what I mean?
Yes,
but the fish it up, grease it up, fry it up.
Escovitch?
Yeah, escovitch.
Yes,
shit,
sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I need to get some cheese though, yo. Cheese too expensive, man. But a bun, you can't get bun easy. But the cheese, yo, the cheese is too expensive, man.
Yeah, you get the aki too, man. Aki with the shellfish.
Yeah, I mean, I
you don't like aki?
Stuff,
I love aki. Aki shellfish, man.
I'm more kalaloo.
Oh, kalaloo.
Yeah.
But yo, guys, listen, appreciate y'all so much, man. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe with whatever you're doing, man. And we'll see you guys next Saturday for episode 192 of What's Up PlayStation Podcast with me and Bari. And always remember, guys, What's Up PlayStation Podcast is a podcast for the community, by the community. And we'll see you guys next Saturday. Same time, same place, same crew, the WUPS crew. And we out, guys.